Hello there, Asandor, who of course is Merrick. Good to see you. Now, if any of you guys want to join me in the Mumble chat room, I do have the Distant World Mumble chat room open right now. I'm there in Livestream 1, so any of you guys are welcome to pop along and interrupt me at any time and say g'day. Be lovely to have you. Flickering seems to have stopped. Okay, good. Good. I think it just settles down after time. But anyway, what I want to talk about is this, the item squish. And, you know, again, look at this. My health is 53,000. Now, if we were in the current game, that health would be 530,000, basically. It just got ridiculous over the 10 years that World of Warcraft has been playing. And what they've decided, hey, Minnie, what they've decided to do here is squish the numbers so that they're not so big, because it was getting a bit ridiculous. Now, speaking of ridiculous, it is indeed Minnie Ninja. How are you, Minnie?
Pretty good, pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. Just quickly say hello to everyone else who's leapt into the chat room there. We've got Merrick. G'day, Merrick.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you. We've got Tyloo. If you can say hello, please do. Hello. We've also... Hello. We've also got Zenwing. G'day, Zen.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Sorry, good day.
Good day. Good day, mate. We've got Lieutenant Death. Hello, Lieutenant Death.
Hey.
Hey, and we've also got Euramon in there as well. Big hello to
Hello.
you. Hello, hello. And may I just say, in fact, I think it deserves a bit of a bow, maybe a bow, or maybe it deserves a cheer.
Alune be praised.
Alune be praised indeed. It is presumably the 4th of July in the US. Is it still the 4th over there, Minnie?
Yes, sir.
Well, happy Independence Day. Or, hang on, let me do my best American. Seeing as I always get you guys to do Australian accents, I'm going to have a go at American. Do you think? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, here we go. So, hang on, I need to have a swig of my tea, because tea is very American, you know. Hang on a minute.
This should prove to be interesting.
Shush you. Here we go. Okay. Hang on. Now, let's see. You don't say g'day, do you? What do you say? Okay, here we go. Well, hi there, y'all. Happy Independence Day. How's that? Or did I sound like a hick?
You sound like you're from Texas.
That was horrible.
Sounded... wow.
Okay,
Since
no
when
offense.
I sounded like that, Sambo?
But you sound like you're making fun of me because I'm from the south.
Oh, no, not at all, Zen. No, not at all. In fact, you're my reference. There it is. Tigerhawk Rosebud. I could hear you there as well. Are you saying that wasn't very good?
No, that was not good at all.
Okay, hang on, let me try again. I'm going to try again. What do Americans say? Okay, slightly
sounded like the NPC in Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter? I don't remember. Can you give me an example?
Well, pretty much what you just said.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, I see. Look, Floridon, who's in the chat room in Twitch, hello to you, is saying, yeah, the sun is setting in California. Let me try a Californian accent. Why don't I try that? Because that's totally different to my southern accent. So here we go.
Well, this should be interesting.
Here we are. Oh, like, totally gag me with a spoon. Oh my god, it's Independence Day. Oh my god, like, wow.
Oh my god, Sambo, we like totally don't talk like that. Oh my god.
Happy
girl.
Valley girl.
Yeah, there you go. So I am American. There we are. It is proven. Fact. I am American. Okay, so maybe I suck at voices. Never mind. Let's get on with the show. But look, I do want to say...
The thing to do is just
Hey?
speak Australian.
Speak Australian,
Stick
mate.
with the language you know.
Speak Australian, mate. Yeah, I think I should. And but look, happy Independence Day to everyone. I hope that everyone is celebrating safely. Do you guys, Merrick, do you have fireworks and stuff? I mean, are fireworks legal in the US? Because they're not here. You're not allowed to actually have them for yourself, and you have to, you know, like attend an organised public event. What's it like in the US, Merrick?
They're legal in a lot of states. In some states they are illegal, but people still buy them and transport them back to where they're not supposed to be and shoot them off. But
right.
Yeah, I mean here where I live now, only the ground type things like the sparklers that shoot up from the ground or stuff like that are legal. But people drive out of the county, because once you go out of Clark County, then it's legal in a lot of the other counties in Nevada.
Well, see, the
Actually,
thing is,
here they're illegal only on the 4th of July.
Oh, wow. There you go.
You can buy them only on the 4th, but you can't any time else.
Well, Euramon, I think that's wise, because otherwise, you know, you run the risk of losing an eye or a hand or a finger. And plenty, like where I'm from in New Zealand, they were back in my day legal, and of course, people would be doing dares and double dares.
Heavily restricted now.
Yeah, you'd hold them. Is it? Oh, okay. Well, you'd hold them in your hand to try and show off and go, look, I can hold this skyrocket as it burns your arm.
Well, I think it took a few store fires before they realised that that was actually dangerous.
There you go. So, look, I think times have changed. I mean, I can't imagine how many things have been set on fire, how many body parts have been burnt, lost, whatever, over the years. So, there we go. Floridon is saying same as in California, and that I'm a Valley girl now. Oh, like, totally. I am so totally a Valley girl. Oh, yeah.
LMG, Sambo. You like totally suit the
just
Valley girl.
Like my Valley girl elf. Well, do you know what? Today, funny you should say that, because I am a Valley girl. I'm playing a girl here in WoW, and if I hit my map, look where I am. I'm like totally in Shadowmoon Valley. Like, wow. There you go. So I am indeed a Valley girl today. Mighty Sandwich, overheat and blow stuff up sounds good to me. Yeah, it is. It was fun while it lasted. It was fun. Of course, someone always has to take it too far. Now, what I was talking about before is we got this item squish. So, Merrick, you may remember playing WoW recently. You know, the numbers started getting out of control. Like, people were getting close to 750,000 hit points. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't play WoW that often anymore, is because the HP is in that game is just ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, it is. So what they've done now for Warlords of Draenor, and I don't know if you can see it on the YouTubes, but 53,000 now instead of 500,000. So they've just squished it right back. And it's the same with the items here. All of these items have stats that are now more reasonable, and in fact they're way back to the vanilla WoW type thing, and it's much easier to manage. And in fact they've got rid of a whole bunch of stuff as well. There's no more hit rating. There's a whole bunch of ridiculous stats that they've just completely stripped out now, and it's back to basically strength, agility, int, and stam. That's it. That's all there is, and I like that. Just the 4 core attributes that have been with RPGs since day one. Now, speaking of day one RPGs, quickly, Mini Ninja, I see you've been streaming. How are you going with Shadow Hearts? Are you still playing that Disturbed title?
Hey, it's not Disturbed, but yes, I am still playing it. I'm getting near the end, actually.
Are you? Now, of course, if someone wants to see that, they can hop along to your Twitch channel, I presume, which hopefully you'll be able to pop a link to in our chat room here, but it's /ShePlaysIt, and I highly recommend you do that because they're highly entertaining. Also highly entertaining is what Katella and Minnie have done recently with some other members from Distant World in terms of some language stuff. Do you want to give us a brief rundown of what's going on over there? And hang on, let me see if I can get this right. Sayonara, or is that hello, or is that goodbye? I can't remember. You better help me out here, Minnie. What's happening?
How do you not remember what sayonara means?
I don't know.
We use it in the English language, for crying out loud.
Oh, dear, there you go. Well, no, I'm not English. I'm Australian.
Well, he is a Valley girl, so.
I am a Valley girl.
Oh my god.
Totally. Oh my god, that was so yesterday. So tell me about what's been happening over on your Twitch channel in regards to language.
Well, Kat and I have gotten together and we wanted to work together to create a Japanese class because we wanted to learn Japanese because we thought it would be nice to be able to at least somewhat understand the other people that we play with in Final Fantasy XIV. So we're holding quote-unquote classes. The reason why I say quote-unquote is because we don't really know Japanese. It's more of a learn together type process. But Kat and I kind of organize the quote-unquote classes, and then we'll stream it on my channel. We tend to announce the dates for it on our Distant World website, which I can link in the chat. And
yes, please. Yes, please. So it's actually an opportunity for me to learn something. Is that what you're saying? I might actually learn something.
Yes, like in our last class we learned the hiragana for A and E, which is 2 vowels in the Japanese alphabet.
There you go. I think this is a great idea and a great use of community time and resources. And by the way, hello, little Vegeta there in the Twitch chat room. Big hello to you. Lissuperferoi. I hope I said that. Maybe I should go to ShePlaysIt's language classes to be able to pronounce your name. Hello, Sambo. Hello, everyone. Oh, it's Superfro. Hello. Happy for everyone. Great stuff indeed. So, yeah, no, Australians don't. Floridon has said here, do Australians hate Japanese? No, not at all. In fact, well, I'm from New Zealand, and half of New Zealand is Japanese. We have a heavy population of Japanese tourists because, of course, they come to see Hobbit land, basically. And we've always grown up with a lot of Asian folk around us, and Australians here are very, very open and tolerant. We're a hugely multicultural nation here, with heavy Japanese, Taiwanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, big Greek and Italian populations, of course, as well. And in fact, here in Melbourne, where I live, we have entire suburbs that are relatively Asian, and so yeah, no, we all get along famously, especially Japanese folk. In fact, I don't know about you guys, speaking of Minnie, I loathe Japanese people for one reason, if there's one reason, and that is that they always look freaking awesome no matter what they wear. I hate it. They just look amazing.
They can take balloons and make it fashionable.
Yeah, exactly. They can wear a rubbish bag over their head and it's like, oh my god, that is so awesome. They have amazing hairstyles and they just look incredible in whatever they were. So I'm very jealous, in fact. So there we go. Shiv is in the Twitch chat room. Hello there, Shiv, and you're welcome to swing past and say hello in the chat room too if you want. It'd be nice to hear from you. Okay, so back to the game though, and look, can you put some links in the Twitch chat, please? Oh, yeah. Minnie, yeah, that would be really, really nice. So here we are, we're in Shadowmoon Valley, and look, when you first come here, this is what you see. You see this, like this big crashed warship here, battleship thing, and it's really, really cool. But of course, this doesn't look like the Shadowmoon Valley that we're used to. And again, if I go to the map, and remember, the map has changed now as well. You've got this thing up here we're going to talk about, which is the story arc, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But if I make this big, there we go, this is Shadowmoon Valley. If I zoom out, it kind of looks like Outland, and yes, there is still buggy beta things going on because it's not finished. That's why there's that great big green square there. There we go. She Plays It has popped a link to. Is that the forum post? Is it, Minnie?
It is the forum post, and Kat has actually created a website as well. So I'm actually trying to find the link to the website.
There's no end to what that woman does. Really?
I know, she's such a hard worker.
She is, unlike me. So look, please do go along there and support that. And if you want to learn Japanese, I've got a little sneaky confession to make, which is I did watch your first one with the R and the air, but I'm like a goldfish. It just goes in one ear and out the other. I'll have to watch it about 20 times before anything sinks in. But look, this is Shadowmoon Valley, and this is Outland before it became Outland, pretty much. That's what we're looking at.
Well, the good news is, Sambo, sorry to interrupt.
No.
We did save the video, so you can watch it as many times as you want.
You
it's all in that forum thread.
It's a great idea too, and that's what I love about Twitch, is being able to go back and watch it over and over again, and I'm going to have to until it sinks in. So, big thanks to you and Kat and everyone who took part in that. It was a lot of fun as well, so hope you keep them up. But here we go, this is Shadowmoon Valley. Over here is the Temple of Karabor. This is like the Black Temple, basically, what turns into later on in the game, the Black Temple, where Illidan is and all that sort of stuff. But we're up here to the northwest, and this is where we start off, and normally this is all purple and horrible and yucky, and as you'll see, it's still purple, but if we turn around, look at that. There we go. In fact, I'll get rid of the UI. This is what Shadowmoon Valley looks like now, and it is lush jungle. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got this real ethereal feel to it, but it is a beautiful, beautiful zone. And the water, I mean, look, it's full of these peaceful fisherman types.
Warm wishes to you.
Warm wishes to you as well. Notice that we've got this outline too. By the way, this is an option in the new UI settings where you can have it so that every character you highlight shows, like with your mouse, highlights like this, and it can be set so that it's green for friendly and red for enemies and all that sort of stuff. NPCs have different ones. Players are different again as well. Or you can have it set so that it only highlights quest type objectives and quest giving NPCs. So it's quite handy, actually.
Be well.
Be well to you as well. But the place is just gorgeous, and if you've played any WoW, especially Burning Crusade, you'll notice this sort of architecture over here. This is what it used to look like back in the days. It looks very similar to what the ruins of the architecture now look like in the live game. So you're really getting to go back into... Can I not jump up there? There we go. Getting to go back in time. In fact, I should be levitating is what I should be doing, shouldn't I? Hang on, where's my little levitate? There it is. There we are. Whee! So yeah, this is what it looked like back in the day, because this is basically Draenor. Now she's got a mount. Now, speaking of mounts, before we go and check out some of the countryside here, because I'm sure you'll agree, look at it. The lighting is beautiful. It just looks fantastic. I don't know if you can tell up there, but there's this strong blue shafts of light coming through the tree canopy. They've done such an amazing job of making this zone feel really, really neat. And we're going to start the quest line in just a second. But I forgot to show you guys a mount last time that I really, really want to show you. And it's one that's store-bought. And normally, if I go to the shop here, normally these cost money, but because we're in the beta, we can spend pretend money, and it's really neat, so it doesn't actually come off your account. So if you're in the beta, you can spend up all you like. And one of the things I wanted to show you guys was this new horse here called the War Forged Nightmare. So I'm going to buy it, and you can see now if I say buy it, connecting to the shop, items purchased here will use the test funny money. Basically, you won't actually be charged, and it even says this will be charged to your fake wallet. So there we go. I've got a fake wallet, and I'm going to buy that now, and there we are. So it's just for testing purposes. I'll show you that in a minute. Just going to the chat room very, very quickly. Shiv is, no, who's that? Protoss Architecture. Yes, that's right, Florida. It is like Protoss Architecture. And it is Monopoly money. That's a good way of putting it, actually. So now if I go to my mounts, and if I type Warlord, because this is the new one that was just, no, not Warlord. What is this? Warforged. Where are we? There it is. Warforged Knight. Oh, why is it not showing up? Mount. Can I mount it? You have not collected this. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's in my bags. Is it in my bags? Oh, that's weird.
That thing's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. It is neat, but I don't know where it is. Where's it gone? Oh, hang on. It might actually be in my mail. And I don't know if there's any mailboxes around here yet. Hang on. Let me just try that one more time. Could have done something wrong. Knowing me, I probably did. There we go. Oh, no. Look, it's got a tick by it. You already own this item. Oh, look. I'll show it. Maybe it'll take a while to show up, but that's what it looks like there. And it actually, well, we can't. You won't be able to see it fly here because we can't fly in the new zones, of course. That's a big thing. You can't fly till you hit level 90, but that's what it looks like. It's really neat. It's really evil looking, but it's got this red glow and it flies and it's got spikes and yeah, it's really, really cool. So hopefully that'll come through in a minute. I really, really do hope it does because I really want to show you that. But look, let's get into some questing, and part of that is this here, this new quest log. So the quest log now is part of the map, and you know I can click on this and it says, hey, this is a story progress with chapters. So this is a new concept in WoW, and we've got 0 out of 7 chapters for Shadowmoon Valley done, and you can see there it's got establishing a foothold, shadows awaken, etc, etc, etc. They're each of the chapters, and within each chapter, of course, are quests. So if I click on a quest, again, forgive this, the map hasn't been filled in yet because they're still in development, but you can see that the description and the rewards and all that sort of stuff just appears right here. We can track this, and there you go, up the top there is our quest tracker now, which we can turn on or off, and of course that also shows up on our map and our mini map. So yeah, just like before. And I've been interested in this one because it says here that the reward is that it unlocks our abilities fully. Now, I don't know what that means, so we're about to find out. But it says, speak with Prophet Valen near the crashed Iron Horde ship in Shadowmoon Valley, and we've arrived. So we don't want to abandon that. We definitely want to do that. So let's have a chat. And of course, Prophet Valen is one of my favourite characters. He's the leader of the Draenor people. Let's have a chat with him.
Not all who wander are lost.
Hello. Say hello, Seraphis. Hello to you, Seraphis. Hello there. How do you say it? Zemelkavianix. I can't say your name. I'm terrible. There we go. And don't forget Tallahassee. I don't think Tallahassee's here at the moment. I think he's actually out and about in real world. So here we go. He greets us with a curious look and a warm nod, and we're going to complete this and see what happens to our abilities.
Will you join our...
Well, I still feel the same, so I'm not sure what happened then. But anyway, finding a foothold, we've got to follow Prophet Valen. So that's definitely what we're going to do. Let's see what he's saying. Prophet, this hero, and many others. Okay, well, it's good to see you. Oh, he's mounting up, so let us mount up as well. Wow! Okay, there was a colour explosion there on the screen. I know you guys are going to catch up, but I've got the, what's it called? It's the Pure Blood Firehawk, which is just an incredible mount. I don't know if you can see that in the live stream. It is just, it's like this eagle on fire. But here we go. So we're trying to chase Prophet Valen. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Now, speaking of mounts, while we follow this guy, yes, now you and Merrick, I think, are playing ArcheAge, or ArcheAge. I don't actually know how you say it. You can correct me on that one. But what are the mounts like in that game? Or are there mounts, for a start, Minnie?
There are a ton of mounts. First of all, there's racial mounts, of course. Like, for example, elves get this elk-like race, or excuse me, mount. Humans get horses. It varies depending on it, and they've got a couple that you can buy with special things. But the thing is, what makes the mounts unique in this game is that they have their own levels, and with each level, they actually gain abilities. So you can actually fight while you're on your mount, and your mount has its own abilities. Like, for example, an elk, perfect for, you can launch mounted arrow shot, flaming arrows, things like that, and he also gets like this jump ability that launched himself like really far ahead. And you got your lion, which can charge things. It really just depends on the mount and what you want to do.
That is incredible. So mounts in itself are a progressive system, if you know what I mean. It's not like you just get one. Wow.
Yep, and you also get to buy them armor and stuff, which will increase their defense or will increase their speed, things like that.
That is fantastic. So, Merrick, are you still playing ArcheAge?
I am indeed.
Okay, and so you still highly recommend it? I mean, you've been playing it for a while now. Have any flaws or cracks appeared, or is it still good?
Well, they just updated the alpha with a new update, which makes it pretty much equal to the Korean version. Right. So there's still some flaws in it because it's still alpha and they're still translating it. There's still places where there's Korean text and Korean voices as opposed to all English text and voices. Sure. But it's getting there.
But look, that's to be expected, I suppose. And I mean, when is the official release date? Do we know?
All I heard is somewhere in January.
Somewhere in January. Okay, all right. So there you go. Well, look, I mean, you guys have spoken a lot about it and very highly, and when I get the time, I definitely want to come along and have a look at it. Do you guys think, and I can see, by the way, that Shiv and Amadeus have joined us in the Mumble chat room. Big hello to you both. Hi!
Hello, Sambo.
Hello. Now, I hope you haven't brought any spiders along, Shiv, because otherwise you'll be instantly banned.
Oh,
no, exactly.
This big pink spider just for you.
No, pink spider. Oh, you know what? Pink spiders I wouldn't mind. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. The other day I was walking past a shop near my work, and there was a bicycle chained up out the front, and I forgot to take a picture, but I've seen it a couple of times, so I'm going to take a picture. It is a pink bicycle. This person is, like, not only got it, I can't describe just how pink it is. It is a pink frame. It's got pink grips on the handlebar, but it's even got pink rims, pink pedals, a pink chain, and pink
Sounds like
tires.
A perfect bike for you.
No.
I agree.
Yeah,
You know it's his
bike.
You know it's his bicycle. He's just blaming
I know.
You guys are awful to me. It is not mine at all. It is horrible. It is so pink, it's ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, I definitely want to take a picture of that. And by the way, do you like this? Look at this mount. I love this mount. I mean, we're talking about things here, mounts in ArcheAge versus WoW. I mean, you know, Minnie, that WoW's got hundreds and hundreds of mounts now. Some of them are pretty cool. Yep. I mean, ArcheAge
can't compete in that aspect.
No, but I mean, I love the idea, and I've always wanted this of a mount. It's kind of like a hunter's pet, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about, really, isn't it? It's something that you can grow attached to and level up and sort of form that bond with, and that's why I love playing a hunter in WoW as well. Is it that same sort of feeling in ArcheAge with your pets?
It can be, yes, especially with battle pets. Now, the only drawback to your pets having life is that enemies will attack them.
Wow.
Like, they will, sometimes they'll just completely bypass you and attack your mount.
But that's kind of cool, because I guess that means it really truly is an entity. You know, it's not just some passive fluff that's sitting there. It's actually a thing, an attackable thing. So I do like that. Now, Shiv, are you playing ArcheAge? You and Arma, are you playing? What are you playing at the moment? Or are you just sticking with Final Fantasy XIV at the moment? Because I know you guys are pretty busy in real life, aren't you?
Well, right now we're readying for Final Fantasy Patch 2.3, which drops Tuesday, and we're actually, when we found out they're releasing a new ward in all the housing areas, we're preparing to abandon our small house and head to our medium as quick as possible.
Wow, now is that going to cost a lot of money, though?
We don't know. There was a rumor that...
the personal rooms are $300K.
What? Pardon me, excuse what? What? $300,000? That's a lot, isn't it?
300,000. It depends.
But what you're saying, Shiv, is that they're adding a new ward, so there's going to be 6 wards now instead of 5 wards?
There's going to be 6, yes.
Oh.
But the problem is, we were told that they will not be at the original prices they were at launch, but when people asked, well, what would they be, they said, we're monitoring the economy.
Okay.
So it might be down 1 guild less from the original price, knowing how they like to roll.
Well, speaking of which, though,
Square.
and I want to hopefully in this stream show you guys Garrisons if they're working today, and quite often they're not in the beta, because of course that's the WoW version of housing and you know, leveling. Speaking of leveling things and having abilities and NPCs do things, that's what Garrisons actually do. They can go out and gather resources for you and all that sort of thing. So we'll talk about that hopefully in a minute. But in ArcheAge, Merrick, is there housing? We've talked about the pets there, but is there housing in there?
There is housing in ArcheAge, and there is farming along with your housing, so you can grow all the stuff that you need.
Are you talking a la Minecraft type of stuff? Is that what it's like in terms of how farming?
Yeah, it's kind of like Minecraft, I guess you can say. You know, you build a house, and houses don't just like plop down and all of a sudden they're there. Houses, you actually have to gather the resources, and then you actually start building it. It doesn't take very long if you have a lot of people helping you, but it can take, for one person, it could take a while, because you have to go back and get all the wood, you know, get the first thing of lumber, and then go back and get the second thing of lumber, and go back and get any more that you have, and get the stone that you have, and then get any cloth that you have to actually build everything. Right. And then you can build the furniture to put inside of it, and you build out your land around it by planting trees or planting things that you can use as resources.
It's such a neat system, isn't it? There's so much depth to that game, but I'm guessing also that it means that you're going to have a lot of time to invest into that game. And Tigerhawk Rosebud, I know that, look, you're playing all sorts of games at the moment. I see you playing WoW, and even today I saw you playing Diablo 3. I know that you were playing WildStar, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. Would you have, I mean, does the idea of all this stuff in ArcheAge Tiger appeal to you? And even if it does appeal to you, are you the sort of person that would have the time to be able to invest in that, as well as Final Fantasy XIV, as well as WoW, as well as Diablo, WildStar? What's your thoughts about that sort of stuff?
I would definitely try it out. I definitely want to do it, but I'm probably going to wait till it's free.
Right. Well, so in other words, till it's released, I suppose, is what you're saying.
Yeah, when it launches, yeah.
Yep. Right. Okay. So I know we're talking about ArcheAge on a WoW stream, but I think it's important because it's the sort of buzz on everyone's lips at the moment. I mean, Minnie, if you had any advice for anyone who is vaguely interested in this game, I do understand that it's slightly expensive to leap into right now. Would you suggest, if people were limited on resources in terms of money, let's face it, everyone is these days, should they wait? Should they dive in? Should they dive in only if they're not playing anything else, or what's your advice?
I highly recommend they probably wait for now to do some research and homework on the game. But if you have the money and you're willing to pay that much for a game, you go ahead as long as you do your homework first and know what you're getting into.
Right.
But if not, I would say just wait for now.
Merrick, what do you think?
Remember also that in order to play the alpha, you have to get the most expensive one, which of course is $149. There's two other versions that you can get that will allow you to play in the beta. One is $99 and the other one is $49.99. Right. So and that'll get you entry into the beta before, you know, the open beta goes live.
Okay, well there you go, folks. You've heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. By the way, Dem Grips is saying, what expansion pack would this be? If you're talking about WoW that you're looking at right now, especially with this mount, how awesome does this mount look, by the way? That is just incredible. It looks like a pterodactyl. I love it. This is Warlords of Draenor, which is currently now in beta, so this is not on the live service. If you're wondering what the guys and gals are talking about, that is not WoW. They're talking about a game called ArcheAge or ArcheAge. And in fact, may I trouble the Linkmeister? Minnie, would you mind popping a link perhaps into the chat so that anyone who's interested in what we've been talking about with ArcheAge could actually head along to the old website there and see what their options are? Is that okay? That would be really, really cool. Thank you. Do you pay for alpha or beta access? Sounds scammy. No, look, Melk Vianix, however you say your name, it's definitely not scammy at all. What you're doing is supporting the development of the game, I guess, at the end of the day. But look, Minnie will pop a link in there, and the page that you go to with all the payment options and subscription options, and it explains exactly what's going on there. It's very well done, I must say, and it's being handled, by the way, by Tryon Worlds, and we know that Tryon Worlds are great folk. In fact, we have a lot to do with them, and they currently manage Rift and Defiance, and they're good people, so there's definitely no scamming going to be going on whatsoever. You can trust me on that one, there's no doubt about it. Ashes of Allah, hello. Alright, so let's have a look. Let's see if we can carry on and do a little bit of quick questing here. Vindicator Marad. I'm not going to read all of these quests. What do we got to do? We need to plant the Alliance banner. Now, I like the sound of that. Of course, for the Alliance. We're not for the Horde here. We're against the Horde. Plant the Alliance banner, and look, it's even got a little see-through thing. This is quite... I've seen this a lot in the beta now. Where you need to put things or do things, what they're doing now is putting these see-through invisible versions of them, so you know exactly where to plant it rather than some silly cross on the ground or something like that. So you just literally right click on that, claim that, there it is, planted the Alliance banner, and we are all done. Now where do I have to go now? Looks like we've got a portal. Oh no, that's some kind of portal. See, I'm already lost. What do I have to do? I've done that one. Now, just like before, if you want to, you can click on the name of the quest and it brings up the old style quest log here, which is really cool. This is your... Oh, this is my garrison. Now, this is why I haven't been able to do it, because it's obviously leading me up to my garrison. I'm really pleased about this because I want to show you how this works. So let's read what it says, and it says, King Rin personally requested that I place you in charge of our operations here in Draenor, and after seeing you in action, I'm inclined to agree. Well, that's normal because I am awesome, let's face it. That is, I mean, I am playing a healer here, and I am the greatest healer in all of Azeroth, so everyone knows that, including Prophet Valen. So this is my garrison to found. Plant the banner and we'll begin construction immediately. So I'm excited about this because hopefully I get to show you guys the actual garrison. Now you can see this here, it took a while to appear. In the beta, things just are really slow. I don't know why. But some trivia for you. Barracks Alexton. He is a name that comes up in the current World of Warcraft. Remember, we're way back in time here, by the way. So those of you who are WoW lore nerds will be having a nerdgasm right about now, the fact that I'm speaking to this guy. That's all I will say. So here we go. Choose my reward. Do I want a Caribou Arcanist rod or do I want a mace? Well, I mean, I want a rod because I am...
See you later.
A priest after all. And here we go, looking for lumber. Now, speaking of ArcheAge, of course, this is very similar. Here we're going to have to find resources to build our garrison. Now, let's have a look. If I go to the chat room here, who can I... Now, Tiger, I don't know if you've been doing any homework about these new features in the World of Warcraft, but do you know what I'm talking about when I mention garrisons? Have you got any clue? Have you heard about them?
I kind of have heard about it. Is it kind of like in Guild Wars 2 when the World versus World where you're trying to
well, they do have,
they actually own like a little area.
That's right, they do have a PvP component, yes, but there's also a PvE component to it as well. And it's basically the WoW version of housing, and you build up this fort, this garrison, and you have NPCs and you can start sending them away to do things. Think Warcraft 3. You know, work, more work, where you send people off to gather lumber and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. So, yeah, this is a neat idea. Oh, Shiv. When Sambo heals, it takes health instead of fills health. That's probably right. That's my healing. Okay, so some of the trees around here look small. So this whole entry into Shadowmoon Valley is a big throwback to Warcraft 3, by the way. So it's really cool the way they've tied this back. And it says here, they look small enough that workers should be able to down them in no time. We can leave the hard labour to Shelley's men, but if you're willing to mark the trees for them to start with, we should be able to get this operation rolling. And we need to mark 8 trees. So we're definitely going to do that. And then I've got one here called Ravenous Ravens, and we have to kill 6 Lunarfall Ravens. Now before I do that though, I want to go in and hopefully equip my, let's see, yes, look at this, much better stats, and it works the same. I just hold down shift and it shows me that I've got plus more intellect, plus stamina, plus 27 spell power, etc, etc. Just right click and bang, there we go. I've got myself a new staff. And look, in the beta there's not that many new models. I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the same, unfortunately, but that's not why we're here. Alright, so let's see if this is working on the map, because I don't think it's working too well. I can zoom in here now. By the way, you could never do this before. I'm now rolling my mouse wheel, because normally all you could do on the map is go like this, zoom in and zoom out. That was it. Or you could go full screen and zoom in and zoom out. But now I can actually roll and zoom in a little bit, which is cool, and I can move it around with my mouse. And they've of course stolen that from a number of add-ons that the community have developed, and they've done that with a lot of things now that are in Warlords of Draenor. And if you weren't here last week, one of the things that they've stolen is this clean up bags thing. Okay, so that was a mod before, and they always do that. And if you weren't with us last week, we've also got bags that we can assign to equipment, consumables, trade goods, and junk. So the whole organizing your inventory thing has become a lot more simple. And even someone like me, who is a hoarder, can even get it right now. So it's amazing. But what we're interested in is around here. And we're looking for these trees. So it's just like before, where you get an area and you can see where you need to go. And of course, if you wish, you can turn all of this off here. So you can turn off show pet tamers, show objectives, and go back to old school. There you go. So all you can do now is read the quest text if you want to be old school, so you don't have to have all of those things pointing at where you need to go. Now, Merrick, in ArcheAge, how dum-dum friendly, or Sambo friendly, in other words, is it in terms of questing? Is it like this where it just basically points you in the direction you can follow the arrow, or is it a game where you have to read the quests and figure stuff out? We'll get questing, by the way, before you answer that. Kill Quakefist. Oh, good lord, what's that? A giant. Oh, cool. I like giants. So we've now got to kill a giant as well. So yeah, Merrick, does it lead you by the nose, or is it one of those games where you kind of have to figure stuff out for yourself? And by the way, ogle in just how beautiful this looks. Look at it, it's amazing. What's it like, Merrick?
It can lead you by the nose if you wanted to. By default, when you start up a new character, your character on the ground has arrows pointing in the directions that your quests are, but you can turn that off. I actually have that turned off myself.
Right. Okay.
But on the map, it still shows where stuff is.
Right. Okay. So, but that is, I mean, the big thing is that it's optional, right? So,
well, on the map, I don't think that it's optional, but on the ground to point to where you have to go, that is optional. You can just hit Control Q and that goes away. But the stuff on the map is only a little dot on the map. It's not like in WoW where it shows a whole area that you have to cover. You actually go into this one little dot area and look around for stuff.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes it does help to read the quest too.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, look, I like that, and I kind of miss that in a lot of games, and that's why I like the fact that here we're able to turn that off so that we can actually kind of go old school on ourselves. Whoa, and these guys are spawning really, really quickly, by the way. And, you know, if you want that old school adventure where you have to read the actual quest and figure out what's going on, then you can still do that, which is really, really neat. Let's give ourselves a prayer of mending, by the way. There we go. So, I'm glad that that is at least an option, though, over there. Now, here's one of these trees that we need to mark. And there we go. Mark the trees for lumber. And look at that. Listen, it's him. And in fact, he's actually felled the tree and he takes off carrying it. Listen.
More work.
What? And he's disappeared now. So that is totally a throwback to World of Warcraft, which is awesome. Now, again, here's this highlighting thing. You can see as I highlight over this pearl fur grazer here that it's yellow, which of course means that it's non-aggro. Now, I'm going to kill it because I'm nasty. But now you can see it's yellow, which means it's not going to aggro on me automatically, which is kind of cool. So I do like this outline thing. Oh, and here's one of these Lunarfall Ancients. And again, you can just automatically hover over it and see that it's yellow. Therefore, it's not going to do us any harm unless we actually attack it. Now, you'll also notice in Warlords of Draenor that the entire experience is a lot smoother. All the animations are really schmicked out. I mean, after 10 years, of course, you kind of expect it, but the game has never looked and felt better. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a dream to play, and of course, you don't need a high-end machine to play World. Well, I'm died. I'm already dead. There we go. Now, I don't know if you could have warned me while I'm gabbing away there.
Yep, Shiv's got her death counter.
Yeah.
You're dying.
It wouldn't be one of our streams unless I didn't even notice that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually going to have to. Do you know what I'm going to have to do? Is I haven't put any of my talents in. So let's resurrect now. Hopefully, come on, accept. Yes, come on, accept. There we are. All right, what I'm going to have to do.
You've got to blame it on something.
Yeah, I've got to blame it on something.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Blame it on death is what I'm going to do. I've got my talents. I haven't actually. Oh, where are they? Where's my talents? Here we go. I haven't actually done these yet, so I really need them. So I'm thinking that, let me see, I am a healer, but I'm shadow, so I don't really want to get heal stuff. I really want stuff that hurts or protects me. So anytime a damaging attack brings you below 30% health, you gain a shield. Ooh, what do you reckon, Tiger? That sounds pretty handy. Do you ever think that I will get below 30% health? I mean, I'm pretty good at this game. I don't think I'll ever sink that low, will I? Okay, maybe I will. I think we'll do that. We'll select that one. We'll learn that. And it's probably a passive, I think. A new passive effect. Yes, indeed. Okay, what do we got here? Body and soul. You increase your target's movement speed. No, I don't care about that. Angelic feather. Place a feather at the location. If they walk through it, they gain increased movement speed. Or phantasm when you fail. Okay, so these are all fluff stuff. I'm going to do the feather one because I've actually got that on my real life priest. And there we go. We'll drop that down. And how this works is you drop that there. Oh god, I'm being attacked. And watch what happens when I run through it. Ah, leave me alone. There we go. I get this buff. See, and it allows me to run away, so like a little Sambo. I really like that idea. But anyway, let's see if we can run away like a Sambo. I keep forgetting to put my shield on as well. And there we go, someone else has actually... Oh no, there we go. So I didn't have my shield up before. And of course I need Vampiric Embrace as well. That
is awesome!
That heals me. Yeah, that's really neat, isn't it? Now that feather has a stack of 3, by the way. So you can actually put 3 feathers down, and that's for you and your allies. And look, I'll show you. I'm going to actually do it. Here we go. 1, and you can place it anywhere. So let's place it there. And you do it, and then you run, and then you place it again. And then you place it again. So you just keep on running. So it's like this little speed buff thing. And then it has a countdown. Now notice also here that we've got numbers on the countdown on the icon bar. That is now not a mod. That is built into the game. It's an option you can turn on so that it actually literally has the countdown of the seconds on there, which I really, really like. Let's go back into our talents very quickly here. What else we've got? Surge of Darkness, damage over time from your Vampiric Touch. Has a 20% chance causing our... No, I don't care about that. Mindbender, improved version of Shadow... Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to bring out my Shadow Fiend, which is my little pet, and he's going to help me. Insanity causes additional damage. We'll definitely have that one there, so we'll learn that. Oh, hello, got another friend again. Let's put our shield up, and let's get our Shadow Fiend out. And there he is. I don't know if you can see him in the background there. He's pretty nasty, really.
I must say though, it is very pretty there.
It's very nice, isn't it? They've done such a great job. And of course, this is just the very beginning zone. It gets even more pretty and crazy as you get further into the game. It's just really, really, really nice. I love it here. Put our shield up. Got to remember to put my shield up. Now, those wings that are on my back when I cast a spell, that is a talent as well, rather a glyph that I've got, which is a fluff glyph, if you know what I mean. There we go, now we're doing some damage. Now, of course, Vampiric Embrace and Vampiric Touch are critical when you're a priest, and I haven't played one for so long, that's why. Let's quickly go back to my talents here. What else have we got here? Insanity. Yes, we'll learn that, thank you very much, and that is a passive effect. What do we got here? World Tendrils. Oh, I love this one. This summons these tendrils out of the ground which root an enemy, and in fact, they root up... Oh, I'm getting attacked again. Root up to 5 enemy targets, and that's really, really handy, and they look really cool as well. I'll show you that one in just a minute. Trying not to die here, which of course is very difficult for me. Now, I've killed enough of these, by the way, so I can bugger off out of here. What's that thing over there? A Peacekeeper. Okay, we'll go over there. Okay, so Tendrils, or it's the Psychic Scream, or the Dominate Mind Control. I want the Tendrils, so we'll learn that. And there they are, and I'll show you them in action in just a minute. What else have we got here? Twist of Fate. After damaging or healing a target below low health, we deal more damage. That's kind of cool. Infuses the priest with power, increasing our haste. No, I don't want that, really. Damage over time from your Shadow Word Pain. It has a 5% chance. No, I'm going to go for the Twist of Fate here. There we go, and I think that's a passive, yes. And then we've got one more row here, which is Cascade, launches a shadowy bolt at the enemy that grows in power as it travels. Now, I love this one, because basically, whoops, getting attacked again. The further away you are, let's do the Tendrils. Here come the Tendrils. Oh, can you see them there? I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can sort of see them. Oh, they're getting obscured a bit, but they're really creepy looking. They're really creepy looking things. Let's get our shield up. Thank goodness for the shield, by the way. Oh, there's another one that's spawned right there. That's horrible. Let's get our Fear Ward. Vampiric Embrace, thank you very much. Put our Shadow Word Pain on there as well. There we go, killed them. Yeah, so this one here, oh, no, not again. Gosh, these guys are spawning so fast. Now, that's another question I've got, by the way, Merrick. What's the spawn rate like, and how do mobs work in ArcheAge? So, in other words, if you need a big quest monster, for example, is it one where people camp it, or is it instanced? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it one of those old school games where a quest mob, especially a big high level one, will appear only every 10 minutes, and then there's people camping for it and you have to fight for it? Is that how it is in ArcheAge, or is it more like WoW where they just regularly spawn and people don't fight over the mobs? Merrick, what's the go with those sort of quest objectives?
Well, for right now, it's pretty bad with some of the bigger ones, with some of the big bosses that are out there, because up until yesterday, there was really only one alpha server that people were playing on, so everybody was playing on the same server. Now that there's 2 servers, maybe it'll you know, calm down a little bit. But yeah, the bosses, most of the time, the quests, they respawn fast enough so that you really don't have to worry about other people. I mean, you may have to wait around for like a minute or two while all your mobs respawn so that you can get them all again.
Right.
But for the bigger guys, it could take up to an hour, or it could take up to 2 hours, depending on how they do it, for those to respawn. And those guys are actually pretty tough.
So it is kind of, in that respect, it's kind of old school, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, look, there's a challenge involved in that as well. Some people find that really frustrating, but others find it challenging. It just depends what you're into. And of course, WoW doesn't do that anymore these days. Let's quickly have a look at these final talents before we make these go away. Halo creates a ring of shadow energy around you that, oh, for God's sake, will these people stop attacking me? Seriously, it must be the aftershave that I'm wearing or something. It must attract these people. Leap of faith, yes, think. No, that's for friendlies, isn't it? Good Lord, they're not very nice to me, are they, Minnie? There we go.
Oh, why should they be? I mean, no, they're not.
No.
It's in big ears.
They're my minions. I mean, what?
Yeah, exactly. I blame you guys. Here we go. Halo creates a... Oh, for God's sake! Here we go. Every time I start reading these talents, I get attacked. Right, I'm going to completely move away from this area totally so I can just apply my last talent. Good Lord. The Sambo NZ effect says Amadeus Lightheart. Now, Armour, I don't know if you're still in the chat room in Mumbles. Are you there? I can't see it right at the moment. Are you there, Armour?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Cool. So,
yeah, I'm here.
hang on. Let me choose this. I want to ask you a couple of questions as well. Okay, so Halo is a ring of shadow energy that expands and grows up to 30 yards and deals a whole bunch of shadow damage. So that's kind of cool. We've got Cascade, which launches this bolt, and the further it travels, the higher damage it does, and it bounces from enemy to enemy. Each time it bounces, it splits into 2 bolts, preferring farther away targets, never hitting the same target twice, and the Cascade can bounce up to 4 times. I reckon that sounds freaking awesome, which is cool. The third option is Divine Star, which fires a Divine Star in front of you, traveling 24 yards, causing a lot of shadow damage to all enemies within 4 yards of its path. So it's kind of like this great big straight line meteor, if you like. And after reaching its destination, it will return to you, also dealing damage and healing to all targets in its path. And it can be cast while moving. Now, this is the most horrible, horrible line because I have to choose one of them. They are all awesome. I love them. Minnie, I'm going to turn to you if you don't mind. Should I get the Cascade, which is the faraway shadowy bolt that gets stronger the further it travels? Should I do the Divine Star, which is like this amazing boomerang that comes back and heals and damages? Or should I do the Halo, which surrounds me in shadow energy? Come on, tell me, which one do I want?
The boomerang one sounds fun. Okay,
boomerang it is. We'll blame Minnie if it's crap. So let's go and try this one. We'll go and find ourselves...
When have I steered you wrong?
Lord, let me count the ways. Oh, actually, one of the things I don't have on in my interface is the display names, and we want all NPCs to have names. Thank you very much. It keeps turning them off. There we go. All right, so I want to find an enemy. There it is. Now, there's only one in. Oh, no, here we go. There's 2 enemies. Oh, run, 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 run. Now, this is where I need my feathers. Where do I put the feathers? Here we go. So we can put this feather here, and you can see, it lets me run away really, really quickly. It's like a get out of jail free card. I really, really like that. Now, I'm not going to use my new ability here because these guys are really, really close, so there's no use. Put up my shield. Here we go, and you can see that this other player here has decided to come and help me. Thank goodness. Thank you, sir. In fact, let's actually thank them /thanks.
You are too kind.
There we go. Okay, look, I'm going to use this new ability here. Here we go. Divine Star. There it is. Oh, that was awesome! I don't know if you saw that in the screen. It basically literally was a boomerang. In fact, let's try it on this landfall giant. This is the one that I got killed on last time, but we're going to put some shadowy tendrils on it. Yeah, why not? We'll give it a go. Here we go. Make sure my shield is up. Oh god, I'm not even making a dent in this thing. Oh, this is going to be terrible. Let's silence it at least. Put our fear ward on. Dispel magic. Mass dispel over myself. Give ourselves a heal. I'm already nearly dead. Oh my god! This is going to be so bad. Oh, I'm being attacked here as well. Let's get the feathers going because I need to run away big time. Oh, help me. Oh my god. This is terrible. Okay, if I can... Oh, and I've run into a whole bunch of other mobs. Of course I did. Oh, I'm nearly dead. I think I'm just going to have to be resigned to the fact that I'm dying here. Okay, note to self, avoid the Lunarfall Ancients. They are really nasty. Oh my god, that's terrible. So, Amadeus, what are you playing at the moment? While I resurrect myself, what have you been up to, sir?
Definitely. Well, I've just been, just gone and completed Sole Suspect.
Oh, yes. Now, what are you playing that on, console or PC?
PS4.
PS4, yep. I own a PS4 and I was tempted to do that. I heard some very sad news though, unfortunately, that the developer of that game, and this is very sad, developer of that game has shut the studios already. They released the game and they've gone out of business. Like, literally, they don't exist anymore, which I find very sad. I guess it's because the game wasn't a major commercial success, but commercial success or no, are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it enough to play it through a second time.
Oh, well there you go. Well, there's something to be said about that then. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, apparently it was a bit of a commercial failure, but of course that never is an example of whether or not it's a good game. But it is very sad. I can't remember the name. I think it's called Lightwave, or I don't remember now. But in fact, there's been a rash of studio closures recently. None more crazy than Crytek, and of course Crytek are the folk that make Crysis, and most recently they've made Rise on the Xbox One. Awful rumours circulating at the moment where they are not paying their staff, and in fact staff aren't coming into work and protest and all the rest of it. Very hard to be a game developer these days, it would seem, because it's such a harsh environment. Now, Lieutenant Death, what are your thoughts about this? I don't know, can you hear me there? Are you still in the chat room?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yep, so, I mean, what are your thoughts about this? I mean, I'm sure a number of us here, we're all gamers, and we would have once upon a time have expected that, you know, our dream job would be to work for some kind of game company. I mean, is that ever something that's crossed your mind?
Yeah, it's actually been a dream of mine for a while to work for a gaming company.
Given all of the craziness that's appearing now in the land of game development, all these studios that are shutting down or having troubles, would you go into game development nowadays?
Not at this moment in time.
No, it's just a little bit unstable, isn't it? I mean, what about you, Minnie? What are your thoughts about the whole industry in terms of work? I mean, I'm specifically talking about, definitely in Australia, it's taken a huge hit. There's hardly any gaming companies left here in Aussie, but even all around the world, Europe, US, everyone seems to be shutting up their doors. Would you know, take a gaming job nowadays?
It definitely seems like a very difficult job to get into, and even getting into it, if, let's say, you did actually land a job, it just seems like a really hard job to take or hold on to.
Yeah, totally agree. It's really awful. Well, in fact, you know what? The only companies that seem to be thriving are the big ones like this, for example. So we've got, you know, Blizzard, and they're advertising. I mean, currently they're advertising for over 100 positions, but of course that's because they're a huge, you know, one of the biggest in the industry. But I guess nobody's safe. Speaking of Blizzard, by the way, I don't know if you guys are aware, but one of the major names in Blizzard, one of the folks, he wasn't one of the original founders, but he was the lead designer for StarCraft 2, one of the lead producers for this game. His name is Rob Pardo. He has recently quit Blizzard. So, of course, there's all sorts of rumors flying around now about what's going on at Blizzard, and that was a big surprise. It's like, you know, one of the original founders almost. He's not, but it might as well be, has quit. And there's all sorts of speculation because, of course, Ghostcrawler left. He was one of the major designers. Ready to work. One of the major designers here in WoW. He quit and went over to Riot Games, who, of course, do a League of Legends. Now Rob Pardo's left, and the rumor is that he's going to Riot as well. Who only knows? There we go. We're ready to work now. Of course, we're cutting down trees here. Let's get rid of this beastie over here because we want to do our garrison. This is really what I want to show you guys. Hopefully this quest line will lead us to do that. Yes, Shiv.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Always welcome
with studio
to interrupt.
Closing, with Airtight Studios closing, there is hope for the Merciful Suspect game.
Oh.
Because Square Enix is the publisher, And they've already said they will help work on DLC and look for another development to continue the sequel that they were planning on making that follows more on Julia's story for people that played it.
Right, okay, well there you go. Alright, that's good news actually. Because of course if you'd invested in the game, and especially if you'd paid for a season pass or something, then yeah, you'd be a little bit worried. And by the way folks, I don't know if you could tell that, hopefully Minnie didn't notice, but there's this thing, if you're a shadow priest, you should be in shadow form. I haven't been in shadow form the whole time. No wonder I haven't been doing any freaking damage. Oh my god, because I haven't been in shadow form. What a
If it makes you feel any better, it's been so long I completely forgot about shadow form for free, so you were actually in the clear until you actually said something.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just gonna point and laugh.
Yeah, thanks. I'm doing the same, to be honest. I haven't played a priest for so long, but I thought I might as well give it a go. And of course, Rusty loves her shadow priest, so thought it must be cool. Now, I've got one more of these lumber thingies. You can hear them crashing down the background there. Hey, maybe I'd have a chance against the Lunarfall Ancient now with shadow form. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I should give it another crack? What do you think, guys?
Yeah,
Sure. Death number 3 incoming.
Yeah, I think that could be worthwhile. I don't look. I'm gonna give it a try. Like, why not?
I'm gonna take bets. I'll give him what, 2 seconds? Can he take us?
Oh, I'll be a little lenient. I'll give him 10 seconds.
These guys of little faith. I don't know. Oops, I've gone and dispersed myself there. Zemelkovic, I heard game development's pretty bad unless you just super passionate about it and want no life. And you know what? It is kind of like that now. You've got to be into it for, well, definitely not for the money, I think is what we're talking about here. Oh, there's the Ancient. Hello. He's come to say hello. I think that means that he wants to be killed. So let's give this a go. Make sure that I've got my Divine Star up and my tendrils and all the rest of it. I'm going to heal up as well. Let's make sure. And of course, I haven't got many heals at the moment because I have chosen to go all damage stuff, so my heals are very limited. But here we go. Let's Divine Star. This is Mini Ninja's one that she chose. Here we go. And did it do anything? No, it didn't even attack him. What the? Okay, I blame Minnie for that. Okay, let's get the tendrils.
No, you just used it wrong. It's entirely your fault.
Oh, okay, entirely my fault.
It's your fault for trusting her.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, actually. Okay, let's get our Shadow Fiend up. Let's get the Divine Star happening. Let's make sure I've got my heals up.
You're out of range for it.
Yeah, actually, I think I was out of range, and I'm not even in shadow form. Oh my god, what an idiot! How after all of that, I wasn't even in shadow form. I keep getting knocked out of shadow form. Oh no! Look, I'm nearly dead. 9,000. Come on, heal.
Death number 3.
Ah! Oh my god.
Make the easiest games look hard.
I make no apologies for these deaths.
That's my poor little corpse on the ground. Look at it. Look at me. That is sad. And I'm getting trampled on by a pearl fur grazer who has no respect for the dead. God, my repair bill is going to be shocking, isn't it? This is just terrible. Oh dear, this is awful. Alright. But what I need to do now is just one more. I've got to go and find this Quake Fist dude, which is over here somewhere, and then we can actually hand in. So, oh, there's a nest with eggs. I definitely want to keep away from that. Let's get our little feathers. Where did I put my feathers? Here they are. Let's get our feathers happening. Oh, out of range? What do you mean out of range? Feathers can't be out of range. There we go. Okay, where is Quake Fist? I think he's around the corner here somewhere. Oh, and attacked already. Gosh, these things spawn so fast. Oh my god. That is horrible. There we go. Now, another thing that I want to talk about as well is Heroes of the Storm. Speaking of Blizzard Entertainment, is anyone here in the alpha for Heroes of the Storm? Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now what do you think of it, Shiv? Of course, because it's basically Blizzard League of Legends at the end of the day, isn't it? That's what we're talking about.
I can be the Lich King.
You can be the Lich King. It is really, really neat. In fact, Tallahassee's got himself into the alpha as well. And if any of you guys are interested, I hope on your Battle.net accounts that you've flagged an interest in the beta, because it is absolutely awesome. It really, really is. Such a cool game.
What?
Where
I've never heard of this game.
What?
You can be the Lich King?
Yes.
You can be the Lich King, you can be Illidan, you can be Diablo, you can be any character from the Blizzard universe. It is awesome.
Wow.
Yep, it is amazing.
Diablo.
I'd be Sylvanas.
Yes, you can be. So look, if anyone is able to pop a link, let me jump up here. Can someone pop a link to the website? Because honestly, I can't believe you haven't heard of it, Minnie. If you go and have a look at the website, at least, you will see the characters that you can be, and it is absolutely amazing. And it's basically a really, really simplified version of League of Legends, and it is amazing. And speaking of amazing, just look how cool it is around here. But I'm completely lost, and I can't find. Here's some of my mates. We've got some night elves here. Listen to that music. It just looks amazing. But I'm trying to find this spot here, and I can't find. Why am I an idiot? I want to go over there, please. Okay, let's try and find that again. So, if someone wants to pop, can you be Hogger? Yes, Hogger is. I'm not sure that Hogger's in there now, or not. Not yet, because we played that when we went to BlizzCon. But you can have these weird mashups. For example, you can be a barbarian from Diablo 3 wearing Wrath of the Lich King armor from World of Warcraft, for example. It's really cool. Or you can play Nova from StarCraft, or you can play Illidan, and all of these absolutely incredible characters, which are just, it's an amazing game, Minnie. You'd absolutely love it. So definitely, if you've got...
They're even making Arthas pre-Lich King.
Yeah,
like when he was a paladin.
That's right. That is right. In fact, because of course what you can do, it's completely free to play, but it's just like League of Legends where you can buy all the different skins and stuff, and it is so addictive buying all the skins. Oh my god, because they look amazing. So there you go. Tigerhawk Rosebud has placed. Has she? Yes, you have. Thank you, Tiger. She's placed a link there in the chat room. So go have a look. Now, how do I get up here? Where? It looks like it's up there somewhere.
You get accepted to the Heroes of Storm Alpha. There's a World of Warcraft mount you can also get.
Oh, really?
They haven't told us what it is yet.
Okay, I did not know that. That's really cool. Oh, look, it's in here. There's a cave here. That's why. What an idiot. And that is Quakefist. So it looks like Quakefist is dead. And this is what we were talking about before, where you have to camp mobs and it's already been killed. But the thing about it is, of course, that here in WoW, we're not going to have to wait very long until we can go and kill him, because hopefully he'll come back. So we'll just wait for him a little bit. So, yeah, Heroes of the Storm is absolutely amazing. In fact, Minnie, have you ever played League of Legends, just out of curiosity?
I did. To be honest, I wasn't really a fan.
Right, okay, so look, a lot of people are like that, and I'm not a huge fan of League of Legends, even though we streamed it a whole bunch back in the day with Reggie. This game is something else. It's a slightly different take on the whole MOBA thing, and it is much more fun in my opinion, and of course much more cool because we've got all these characters that we recognize from the Warcraft universe, which is really, really neat. So here we go, here is Quakefist. There's our boomerang. Get our Shadow Fiend out as well, and he is down. There we go, all done. All right, now we can go back and hand in, and I'm going to use these feathers because they're so cool. Whee! So it's like I guess the equivalent of a mage blink, if you like. So you don't even need to have a mount. But speaking of mounts, let's get one up. We'll get our Kokron Warwolf. That's kind of neat. Now let's try. I've got random. This is the button that randomly selects from your. Oh, it's done the same one. Randomly selects from your favorites. And there we go. There's the Amani Warbear. That is cool. I love that. And of course, I don't think you can really get that in the game anymore. Let's head over and hand in. So yeah, definitely, Minnie. Highly recommend you go and have a look at that. It is awesome. And flag it on your BattleNet account so that you got a chance to get in the beta as well.
The Naru have not forgotten.
Okay. As if I didn't have enough to play, though.
Well, yeah, there is that about it. There's no doubt about that. Here we go. Handing in our garrison stuff now. Looking for lumber. Yes, please. Complete the quest. And complete this quest as well. And here we go. Build your garrison. So here we go. This is what I've been waiting for, folks. I'm impressed with how quickly you have pulled this group together, Commander. I think it's time that we started putting up some walls and establishing a firm perimeter around our base. So I'm sure you guys know what's happening here. This is what the garrison is all about. Build your garrison. Let me know when you're ready to start construction, Commander. So this is the bit that I've been wanting to show you guys because, of course, it is completely new to World of Warcraft. So let's have a chat to this guy.
Hello.
Here we go. I'll give you that. We have everything we need. It's time to build the garrison. So here we go, a bit of a loading screen because it's going to take us into a different phase. Now, Floridan is saying, Sambo, are you playing Divinity Original Sin? I don't have the time to play it at the moment, and I really, really want to because it looks amazing. And anyone else who doesn't know what Floridan is talking about needs to go and Google search for Divinity Original Sin because it is basically like Baldur's Gate. It's a new version of Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale. It is amazing. So here we go. This now is my garrison. We are now in a bit of a separate instance. So I don't know if you can see the screen there, Tiger, but this is what the garrisons look like. And around here we have walls and we have all these functional things. So for example, here I've got a monument that I can put custom things on. I've got flight points here which I can go and speak to this guy, have my very own Griffin Master in my own flight point, which is really cool, in my own garrison, like my own house, which is really, really neat. I've got general goods and repairs. In fact, I do need to repair probably because I've been taking such a beating. And do I have any junk here? Looks like I've right-clicked to open. No, it's a sack. Yeah, is that junk? Ruffled plumage, mangy pelt, fine plumage. Yeah, and the junk now has that little yellow icon on it, which is cool. There's my old weapon. We can get rid of that as well. There's some more junk, but let's go in here and open these little bags and see what's inside. And it looks like they have got some black rock ore, so they are crafting regents, and some true iron ore. And of course, again, I can set a bag here to trade goods if I wish, and that means that only trade goods, if I'd had that set, they would have automatically gone into that bag, which is really, really cool. So what do I need to do? Ready for turn-in. Establish your garrison. We've got some more quests over here. So again, this is a multi-function thing. It's housing and it's PvP. Let's have a chat to this Twisted H. Collect a twisted limb. Collect crusted limb lumber from a twisted ancient. And this here is a bounty. And you can see here, suggested players 3. So I'm not going to do very well on this one. But notice here what I get as a reward. It's called a garrison resource. And what we do is we earn these resources to build up and expand our garrison, which is like our house. So that's the currency that you use here. So let's have a chat with this guy. What's he want us to do? Establish your garrison. Garrison is ready to start taking shape.
See you later.
Indeed it is.
Good day to you.
Keeping it together, what do we need to do here? Speak with Shelley and locate the missing blueprints.
Have a good one.
So blueprints, obviously, all to do with building, and collect 15 crates of drudge boat salvage. And again, we will get garrison resources there as a quest reward, if you like. So what you're looking at now, you can see all these things that are highlighted. All of these things here are parts of our garrison. You can see we've built up these walls. I'm just trying to zoom out. I can't zoom out enough, unfortunately. So you can sort of see we've got these walls around all of these facilities here, and we can build and expand on these abilities using using the garrison resource.
Warm wishes to you.
Here we go. Kill Nor Bloodsore, and okay, so we're being asked to do these sort of fetch and kill quests here in order to get resources for us to do more with our garrison. Now somewhere here, and I can't remember where, for example, if we want to change, here it is, if we want to change something, we can go up to this front gate, for example, and you can see I can hover over it and it's a usable thing, and if I right click on it, there we go, I've actually shut the front gate. So, you know, that will actually keep them, they will have to bust through. And of course, Shiv, this should look a little bit familiar to you and Tigerhawk, because there's a particular game that begins with Guild and ends with Wars that has a very similar feature, right? So it should look a little bit familiar to you, if you know what I mean.
Minecraft?
Yeah, same, why not?
I has to go now. It's time to go kick some butt. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye, bye-bye. And I have clicked, good luck with that, I've clicked on a telescope here, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but it seems to have zoomed me out. There we go, Surveyor Telescope, Garrison Surveying. So I think what this is for is it lets us have a bit of a survey around our garrison so that we can see if there are enemies coming. I think that's what it's for, and I'm all new to this as well. So there's all these different things that you can do here in your garrison that I'm kind of you know, a bit of a noob at. Now speaking of things to do, what I did want to ask you guys is I wanted to talk about WildStar while I do these quests, because it's an important part of WildStar's life right now. And the reason for that, of course, is that it's been out for over a month. So for a lot of people, the subscription has come around. So for me, for example, for those of you who've been asking, and I know a lot of you have, I have not renewed my subscription. Oh, she's crying, to WildStar, and I think it was pretty obvious as to why that was for me. It just didn't gel with me. I didn't like it. It got a bit too grindy. I didn't like the art style, and the starting experience was not great in my opinion. But I really want to find out what folks here are doing. Now, I'm going to start with Tiger, because I know that she was playing WildStar. Tiger, are you still playing WildStar now that because I mean, presumably your subscription has come around as well, has it?
Yeah, and well, I didn't actually subscribe. I just purchased the game. But unfortunately, my laptop doesn't really work well with the game, so I probably won't get a subscription.
Right. Okay. So yours is more of a technical reason, I guess, that you haven't started playing. Now, Euramon, were you playing WildStar?
Yes, for a little while.
And are you well, that intimates that you're not playing it anymore. If not, why is that?
I really couldn't get into the gameplay, and I really want to concentrate on one MMO, so I'm kind of sticking with Final Fantasy.
Okay, we're going to ask a few other people as well. We've just got to collect these materials from Shelley here. There we go. Shelley supplies 1 of 1. Who else have we got to do? Garrison Blueprint, the Barracks there over this way. Who else is in the chat room here? Amadeus, were you playing WildStar?
I've got the beta and the key, but I've just never had a chance to get around to it, unfortunately.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, which means I guess there's no driving force to you to want to play it, I suppose. Is it something that appeals to you, though, in terms of the graphic style and the mechanics that are in there? I mean, I presume that you have, had a look at some of the videos that are around in terms of the way it works with the telegraphing on the ground, and they've gone for a real-time combat, action-oriented combat system. Are they things that interest you, or so it's just a time thing with you?
It's just a time thing, really. It's yeah, the combat looks interesting. The art style, I'm probably going to get slapped and say it's probably not my cup of tea.
Right, sure, and of course it's not for everybody. What about Euramon? What were you saying? Is it something that you've?
Oh no, yeah, I played it, but I really couldn't get into it for some reason. I just didn't like the style and the gameplay.
Sure, and what about you, Minnie?
Well, I loved it while I played it. Only I canceled my subscription because I kind of really love ArcheAge a lot more.
Yep.
And I don't want to hold more than one. Well, I've got 2 MMOs under my belt right now, and I can only really afford 1. So I'm keeping 14, especially with the new patch coming up.
Absolutely. And by the way, there's my blueprints that I'm needing to pick up, and we can hover over those, and you can see there, provides the plans needed to build barracks using your garrison. And if we right click that actually learns, there we go, find and learn Barracks blueprint. So this is a cool thing about garrisons, that they are blueprint based, and you actually learn how to, there we go, level 1 barracks learnt. Now I can't remember now if they actually appear in your abilities here. Where is it? I can't remember if it's in the spell book or we use, because I've seen it before. It's been such a long time since I've used this. No, I'm sure it'll come up in the questing. But somewhere you've got these abilities that you actually do use, if you know what I mean. They're not like passives. But look, Minnie makes a good point, which of course we're not all made of money, and there's a bunch of great games that are around. But you have to make the tough choices sometimes, because you can't play them all, basically, is what we're talking about. And that's the other thing, Minnie. I mean, it's not like one game is better than the other or anything like that. Sometimes it's down to our moods, isn't it? Like sometimes we feel like playing Final Fantasy XIV, sometimes we're in a WoW mood, and it's quite okay to be... Or you can be subscribed to a game for 1 month and then decide, you know what, I've had enough of it for this month, I'll cancel the subscription and I'll open my WoW subscription and go play that for a month. Alright, had enough of that, I'll go and play something else. That's what I love about subscription games. You can chop and change all of the time. You don't have to be tied to one in particular. Alright, what do we need to do here? I think we need to chat to this person here. Time to get back to work. Here we go, 1 of 1. Break time is over. Done. We've got one more person over here I think we need to hand into. The Garrison Architect. And you can see we've got an architect table here.
Need something?
Keeping it together. Required the supplies. We've got the supplies there. We're going to get these garrison resources. There we go. And you can see if I right click on here, this is what I was wanting to show you guys. So this is the architect table, and you walk up to it and you literally right click on it here, and this is here what your garrison will look like. So you can see we've got large, medium and small. So they are different classes of a garrison. You can see here also we've got a level, and right now my barracks are level 1, which grants the call to arms ability and unlocks high experience patrol missions. We can level them up, which increases our follower limit by 25. And yes, we have followers, which are NPCs, and then at level 3 it allows us to instantly complete a mission once per day. That is for the barracks. So again, you can see this is harking back to Warcraft 3. We've got the armory here and these descriptions. So what are the barracks? The barracks house our garrison's military forces and our followers. And you can see we've got a cost here of that resource and how long it takes to build. We've got the armory. The armory stores and maintains the armaments used by the garrison's inhabitants. And again, we can level that particular part, just the armory, we can level that up. So we can double the chance of bonuses at level 1. Level 2 allows us to collect armor scraps from the Orc clans of Draenor for armor transmog use, which is really, really neat. So that becomes a fashion thing, if you like. And then level 3 grants the free raid bonus roll once per week. And that apparently allows us to get into particular raids without requirements, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. We've got a mage tower in here. And again, these are all components of your, I'm going to call it housing in inverted quotes, but of our garrison. So, you know, again, it says there plans are required for the mage tower. You can see the barracks, I've already got the plans for it because it's not grayed out, it's yellow. But if I click on Mage Tower, it's grayed out and it says plans required. And what our Mage Tower does is that enables instant travel to strategic points in Draenor. So, and that makes sense. It's a Mage Tower. And you can see here the various levels unlock portals to different places. So we've got a portal to Ashran, a portal to Talador, and a portal to the Gore, Grond, and to Nagrand. So that is really handy and reason enough to have a garrison, so you've got this fast travel. Then we've got stables. Now, stables provide significant benefits to your mounts, and this is the cool thing. So you can see here that if you have level 1 stables, you have a 50% less chance of being dazed on a mount, which is really handy, especially in PvP. Or level 2, you remain mounted while interacting with objects in the world, and that is a huge one because, of course, normally in World of Warcraft you get dismounted when you herb or when you mine or when you do stuff like that. Now you've got an opportunity to actually stay on your mount, which I absolutely love. And then level 3 increases your speed in Draenor by 20%. What about the workshop? And I'm sure you guys can see here how this is harking back to Warcraft 3, by the way. The workshop. Crush your enemies with mechanized might. Level 1 unlocks a personal engineer that attaches rockets, mines, and speed boosts to your mounts. So mini. This is kind of harking towards what we were talking about with ArcheAge and the mounts. This is their version. This is WoW's version of being able to evolve your mounts to actually do things that have rockets and mines and speed boosts. Yeah, which is really, really cool. And that's at level 1.
Very nice.
Yeah. Level 2, our engineer grants us access to a jetpack, and level 3 allows the creation of a siege vehicle once per day, and we can drive that to other garrisons because it does become PvP. And that's all in the large. You got the medium and then the small, and you can see here if I go to small, look at all, I'm not going to go through each of these, but we've got tons and tons of different things. We've got an enchanter's study here, which creates magical precursors that form an enchantment as well as completed and usable item enchantments. So that they are incredible. These actually create resources that you can use, and that can actually be used as an enchant to utilize on players, which is amazing. We've got engineering works here, and this generates a batch of engineering parts daily and allows production of mechanical items. And you can see again the levels creates engineering parts daily, or level 2 stores them. Level 3 unlocks specializations in them. We've got a gem boutique. We've got a salvage yard here, which turns other people's trash into your treasure by transmuting salvage into material. And again, within that you can level them up, and it gives you different things. So for example, one of them here, level 2, transmutes into gold. Yes, gold, in-game gold. We've got a scribe's, a scribe's quarters here, which is for inscription. and that does all kind of magical inks and pigments, and that's basically an enhancement to your inscription profession that's in WoW already. And you can store regents and store unlock specializations there. You've got a storehouse here which increases the amount of daily storage shipments, because you've got this trade routes going on, which I think Merrick was talking about. Similar thing in ArcheAge. We've got a tailoring emporium, we've got the forge for blacksmithing, we've got the tannery for leatherworking, all of these different things. We've got a lumber mill here which enables access to lumber nodes throughout Draenor, and you literally go out and chop down trees a la Warcraft 3. And you build up your supplies. We've got a sparring arena, perfect location for strength conditioning. This here increases your out of combat regen up to 3% maximum health. So again, a total benefit to you while you're playing. And then we've got this trade post here, which is really, really neat. This is the center of commerce within your garrison. And what you do, you can see if I hover over the levels here, unlocks access to the Shatari defense. And what this allows us to do is access the reps. It's like a rep thing, if you like, and it allows us to it's one of the new reps in the expansion, and the trading post, as the name sort of intimates, is about building relations, if you like, and you try and build up reps through your garrison. And I don't know if you noticed here, but you can see I've got a town hall that I can click on, but I've got these empty spots here, so it's an empty plot. That is what that yellow highlight is. Place a building, drag a building from the list on the left to the highlighted plot. And you can see here they are in different sizes. So that's a small one, and that's what these are here. So for example, if I click on small, down here is what I've got a choice from. I can choose to put a gem boutique or a salvage yard on that spot, and it will actually show and come up in real world in our garrison, which is really cool. Now I don't have any unlocked because I don't have any plans here. I haven't bought any. But if I click on the medium, or rather the large one here, you can see I've got barracks, and I can literally drag these barracks down here. Bang, there it is. And I've got not enough material. Unfortunately, I need 350. You can see it on the tooltip there, but I literally drag it on there, and that's where it would appear in the world as well as on the map. But I need 350 of this resource, and down here it shows me that I've got 120. So in order to do that, I need to get out there and start chopping down trees, doing quests and doing all of these dailies in order to be able to get these resources. So that'll do, because we're going to go out and actually try and get some of these things here. And you can see that I'm getting, as a reward here for this quest, garrison resources. And this one here is giving me garrison resources as well. All of these particular quests here are going to give me the resources that I need. And in fact, if I do these 3 quests, I should have enough money for that particular, where is it again? If I go back to the table, where did it go? I keep getting lost around here. Here it is. This is the one I want. The architect table. I want the barracks, because the barracks are the ones that give me the followers, which are all the NPCs, which is really, really neat. So what do you think of this so far, Minnie? I mean, I know, you love the sort of, base building and gathering and resourcing and farming and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I know
That's
I'm
definitely
scooting through it quickly.
Like,
yeah, but what do you think?
How new is this? Because, I mean, well, not like I was back in World of Warcraft yesterday, but I mean I've been gone for over a year.
No, this is
wow.
This is all like literally in. This is not in the live game right now. This is Garrison Archeages.
This is the beta thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, this is actually only coming in Warlords of Draenor. And that's why we're playing it in the beta here. So it is definitely not something that you could do now live in the game, but it's a big part of the expansion. So I mean, look, it's light on compared to no doubt what you can do in ArcheAge, but I mean, you've got to admit it's pretty cool for WoW, don't you think, to have all this sort of stuff?
Absolutely, it's about time.
Yeah, definitely about time. What do you think, Merrick? Is this? Oh, there's my Warforge. That's what I was after before. There you go, Tiger, especially for you. Listen to it. It is absolutely monstrous. You can hear it clanking away. I don't know if you can hear that. It does that sort of mechanical sound. It is so cool. I love this. What do you think, Merrick? Is it is it easy mode for you? Do you prefer the stuff that's in ArcheAge, or do you think this is a valiant attempt on behalf of Blizzard to get this sort of flavour of thing into the game? What do you reckon?
It's a good attempt to bring housing into World of Warcraft.
Yep, because let's face it, for years and years, and look how pretty it is around here too, they staunchly rejected the idea of having, here we are in the Cursed Woods, of having any type of housing in the game. And finally now they've decided to bring it in with this garrison thing. Tigerhawk Rosebud, I don't know if you've been looking at what we've been talking about here with the garrisons, but what do you think about that? Is that something that interests you?
Yeah, and I think somebody had a question are these just individual garrisons, or are they actually for like a guild?
Oh, okay, so sorry about that. I did see that there. Jay Van Cleef saying, are the barracks only solo, or can a guild build one together? I quite honestly would be lying if I answered that question, because I don't know. What I can tell you is that what I've seen so far is that it's individual, but I can't imagine it not being a guild effort. But I really don't know. In fact, you'd probably have to go onto the World of Warcraft website to see if there's any information there. I haven't done my research on that one, so I honestly can't tell you, but I'd imagine so. I don't know. So far, it seems to be...
about more of your videos to see.
What was that, sorry?
Jay Van Cleef.
Right.
I was just going to say, I'll wait till more of your videos to find out.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with the fact that at the moment it's something personal, because the boosts that you get are very, they're for your character and they're for PvP. But I'd imagine it would totally make sense to be able to actually get these from, from guild cooperation, I guess is the best way of putting it. Now, what I'm looking for here is... I can't find. So let's go to the map here. What am I trying to find? I'm trying to find Drudge. Now if I go back, we're looking Pale Devourers and Corrupted Lumber. So it's all around here. Am I tracking all of these? Yes, number 2 is... Oh, it's up there. Oh, it's the Pale Devourers are way up there. Okay, so that's why. And Ship Salvage, number 3. Where's the Ship Salvage? I'm going blind, I think. Can't even see it. Number 1, Pale Devourer. Okay, well, we'll go up to the Pale Devourers. Let's mount up and see if we can find them. And by the way, we'll wrap up the stream probably once I've finished these quests. But I did, like I say, wanted to cover off the garrisons in this particular one. That was the main reason for this stream, so that you guys could see the... Oh, there's a Dark Acolyte. Hello. So you guys could see what is happening with the housing here. And by the way, the game is set to launch sometime in November, by all accounts, in terms of the expansion pack is what I'm talking about. So hopefully that'll go without hitch. And of course, at the same time that this game has its 10th anniversary. I cannot believe it. It's been 10 years, well, it will be 10 years since this game launched back in 2004. And it's still going strong, of course. And there's a number of games that are not doing so well. So who here in the chat room, in the Mumbles chat room, is playing the Elder Scrolls Online? Is anyone playing that? No? Did anyone play Elder Scrolls Online? Minnie, did you have a crack at that?
I didn't. My friend said he was going to buy it for me and never did, but that's okay, because I told him, I'm kind of hooked on ArcheAge.
yeah, ArcheAge and Final Fantasy XIV. What about you, Merrick? Did you ever give that a crack?
I did give it a crack a couple times, but yeah, just... I don't know, I was expecting it to be more like Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and it wasn't, so it just kind of threw me off, and yeah.
Look, a lot of people have said the same thing, and I've got a couple of friends who are playing it, and they say that it's... I'm dead. Look at that. There we go. I'm dead again. But they say it's unfortunately a bit of a ghost town over there, and I think one of the things that put me off it was, yes, it's a subscription game, and I've got nothing against sub games, but it was subscription, and it had a cash shop, and you had to pay for the game up front. So it was a pretty bold move on their behalf. I mean, you have to have a pretty outstanding game in order to justify all 3 types of payment. So, in-game, cash shop, sub, and a purchase. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that it lived up to that, to be perfectly honest. Very buggy when I had a go at it as well, so wasn't too happy about that. But I'm the same as you, Merrick. I really wanted it to... there we go, Corrupted Lumber from the Twisted Ancient. I don't think this is going to go well at all, but let's give it a go. I really wanted it to be more like Skyrim, and unfortunately it wasn't, and it was a big letdown for me anyway. Alright, so here we go, Twisted Ancient. This is going to give us the Corrupted Lumber that we need. Will I die? Quite possibly. So I can see there's a couple of us that are fighting this.
I was going to say something, I expected it to be more like the one before Skyrim, Oblivion.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't like that either, apparently.
No. There we go, there's our corrupted lumber, thank you very much. Same here, in fact I was a big fan of Morrowind actually, is my game if you want to talk about those sort of things. Let's head over this way is where we need to go. I loved Morrowind, I got bored in Oblivion eventually. Oh, and that's the flaming thing in shadow form. If I take myself out of shadow form, that's what it looks like. That's the one that Minnie was oohing and ahhing about before. This big flame, pure blood firehawk is what it's called. It looks amazing. But when you go into shadow form, and I wasn't in shadow form again, can you believe it? There you go. It turns into this sort of red color, which is really, really neat. But I'm looking on the map here. I just want to head up to number 1 to get these blood seekers. There we go. So we're just going to follow this path up here. Very cool looking area, as Minnie mentioned before. It's really pretty around here, and it was also sounds really neat as well. Now these guys I don't need, so I'm going to try and avoid them at all costs because I'm very squishy, being a priest. Cursed wolf, skinnable. Oh, I got skinning. Oh, there we go. I didn't realise I had skinning. There you go. Learn something every single day. So now, who else is in the chat room here? Tigerhawk Rosebud. Yeah, I was meaning to ask you as well. Did you ever give Elder Scrolls Online a go?
No, I didn't. No.
Did you ever play Skyrim or Oblivion though?
No, I didn't play any of those. Nope.
Right, they're big time sinks as well, as I'm sure anyone here will tell you as well. And if you don't have time, then those are really difficult games to play. And Lieutenant Death is saying Oblivion was so broken, it was awesome. Yeah, the physics and stuff in there were a bit crazy. Oh, look at this neat place. What is this? Now, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for... Oh, they're all dead. I'm looking for these... Devourers or something. This is really neat. Oh, hang on, no, I'm back to where... This is back where I started. There we go, Pale Devourer, that's what I want. Oh, they're like zombies, look at them. Ew.
Cool. I was going to say something, when you see people dead, it's probably not the best idea to go in.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a sign, isn't it? It's probably a sign that things haven't gone too well.
You're like me, it seems like curiosity gets to you.
Oh, totally. I want to go and explore, and I know that it's going to be bad for me, but you know, you barge on in anyway.
Well, I've got to admit, this is a good way to put probably another 5 to 10 years on the game by upgrading the graphics and giving it a complete overhaul like this.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the housing and the new character models, the graphics in general have been improved, of course. So many new features coming into this, and of course, let's face it, they steal them from other successful MMOs, and why not? If you've got a good idea, take it and roll with it. That's what WoW has always been good at doing. But why not? It means that you've got a great play experience at the end of the day. I'm really happy about that. Right, now how many of these guys have I killed? 3, 4 out of 8. I actually haven't died. Can you believe it? This is amazing. I'm sure I'm probably spoken too soon. But I really want to get these resources before the stream finishes so that I can show you how you upgrade your garrison and how you can place these things and how they actually do appear in the garrison, like physically in the world. It's not just on some silly map. It's actually, you're literally physically changing the landscape of your garrison in the game. Oh, here's the salvage that we were after as well. 5 out of 15 of those. Now let's fly off this Divine Star Boomerang. There it is, you can see it come back again. Thank you, Minnie, that was a really neat spell, I liked it. Now, while we chew through these quests here, they won't take too long, I also wanted to find out what you guys are up to for your 4th of July celebration. So again, looking down the chat room, Amadeus, you're not from the US, but are you celebrating in spirit, or is it not something that's of any interest to you? Independence Day, I mean. I mean, being from the UK, I'd imagine it's probably not something that Amadeus is going to be taking too much consideration about, but then again, he does have Shiv by his side, so who knows. But what about you, Euramon? Is it something that interests you? Independence Day?
We did some fireworks earlier, and we had a 4th of July thing in Final Fantasy today.
Oh, really? So what, like as in something that you guys organised, or was that something that was actually provided for by the game?
Nope, Catella organised it.
Right, of course. In fact, look, I don't know if any of you guys have or do play Battlefield 4, but they did some pretty funny stuff over in Battlefield 4 with the whole America thing, and they've got like, you know, the Jets trail red, white, and blue, and all sorts of crazy stuff. It's kind of funny. But what about you, Merrick? Are you celebrating in any way in real life?
I'm listening to the fireworks go off.
Listening to them. Of course, now you live near sort of Anaheim and Disney and stuff, don't you? So I'd imagine you'd have quite a few in your area.
Remember, I moved to Vegas, so I don't.
Oh, that's right. Of course, you did. Yes. No, you're not going to have them. Oh, well, Vegas, of course, you're still going to have. They'd be going nuts over there, wouldn't they, with the whole 4th of July thing?
They probably would. I just haven't been outside yet to see, because it's quite warm out here today.
Ah, well, you know what? You can send some of that our way, because over here in Melbourne it is absolutely freezing. We're in the middle of the grip of winter right now. Winter has come. There is no doubt about it, and it is absolutely freezing over here. So you can send some of the warm weather our way if you like. Mini Ninja, what are you doing?
When he says freezing, he only means like 55 degrees.
Yeah. Hey, for us it's freezing. Seriously, it's like
serious.
No, the wind is really, really cold. The wind is freezing. It's like being on a mountain. It seriously is. It's so.
If you get to -1 in the middle of the day, like we did in New Zealand yesterday,
oh my
I will
lord!
then believe you.
Wow, really? Okay, no, that's crazy. It wasn't quite that cold here. Ouch, that is nasty. Hang on, what am I doing now? What do I need? Ready for turn-in. Oh, cool. All right, I'm done. Yay. Now, what about you, Minnie? What are you doing for 4th of July?
Well, we went swimming, and that's pretty much it. Like
swimming.
we were gonna we just didn't really know where to go for the celebration, like see if there was any fireworks, and so we just listening. Like Merrick.
But fun all the same. Safe fun, I hope, of course. No one loses an eye. Here's
yeah, that's a good thing.
Nor Bloodseeker. This is the person I want. I think this is the last part of my quest. And that's a new character model. You can see it's like a crazy mutated orc with a mohawk and it's like thorn things on its back. Really cool. But oh boy, okay, he's tough, and look at my health rapidly diminishing. So let's get some shields up and get everything I can. Get my Shadow Fiend out, get my Divine Star working, get my Vampiric Touch, and of course I'm not again in Shadow form. Which is weird. I don't know why it keeps changing back. Something's changed about it. It must only be a timed thing. Shadow form used to stick, so I'm not sure why it's not now. Get some heals. And I'm being attacked by these things at the side as well. Oh my god, this is not going well.
Could Shadow Form be deactivated once you get hit?
Yeah, it
Maybe
could
they
be.
changed it to that.
It could be being dispelled. That's what he's saying. Yeah, good idea. Oh, and I killed him. Amazing. Get some more heals going on. Get my shield up. God, these things spawn fast as well. It's all action here, isn't it? My god. Oh no, 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 don't let me die. Heals, heals, heals. Let's kill this thing. Come on. Oh my god. I really want to loot this so that I get the thing that I need. Here we go. And some NPC has come to my rescue there. Thank god. Gosh, that was a nightmare. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's mount up. And I want to hand in so we can get these resources for my garrison. Why is that glowing? I'm not sure. Alright, where do we need to go on the map? Just down to the southeast, and that's exactly where we're going to go. Go, 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 run, run, run. Now, actually, I wonder if this feather thing works for mounts. I doubt it. No, so we'll just use it on foot, because I reckon it's actually faster than mounts. I don't know, it seems to run pretty fast. There we go. Whee! It's such a neat idea. And, of course, we can drop these for friendly NPCs or for our fellow alliance folk as well, so it's not just for you. It'll, like anyone who runs through that feather will actually gain this boost, which is really, really cool. And you can see it lasts for quite some time. I'm still running super fast. There it is, and it's only just worn off now. So yeah, that's a really neat little ability to have. And here we go. You can see coming up, we've got a couple of quest markers. Yay! And there's my garrison. Or the garrison over there, so we need to head on inside, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you guys actually placing some of these buildings in here, which is really, really neat. So, where is he? There we go. Vindicator Marad, you're who we need to speak to.
The Naru have not forgotten
120
us.
Garrison resources. Good yes, help. Please. We'll definitely take those. And then over here to the Architect, he's going to give us some as well.
Hello.
Hello. And corrupted, yep, there we go, 100 resource. And a whole bunch of XP as well there, which is neat. And another 115 garrison resources. Another quest for us there. Use the architect table to build your barracks. Oh, there you go. It's a quest anyway. So, of course, they're guiding us through by the nose here. So let's right-click on the architect table, and you can see now, once again, if I click on a small plot, this is what I'm able to put in that small plot. If I click on a large one, as long as I've got the blueprints open, which I have for the barracks, then I can drop a barracks on. So let's actually drop that in there now. And wham bam, you can see it's actually building. There it is. That's that little circle that's moving around the outside. I hope you can see that on the stream. That is actually being built just like the peasants build it in Warcraft 3. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, we now have, there we go, Garrison update. Barracks have been completed. They are level 1 currently. To get to level 2, you can see as I hover over it there, we need a plan, a level 2 plan, but it says that building is in progress. It houses our garrisons, military forces and our followers, and it grants the call to arms ability and unlocks high experience patrol missions, which are against other ones. So that is really, really neat. But you can see over here, look at this, finalize the garrison plot. Here it is. We've got this little scroll here. If we right click on it, finalizing, and look at that, gives us a bit of a cutscene. There it is, fireworks and all. Speaking of the 4th of July, how cool is that? The barracks look fantastic. You should go check in with Murad. I'm going to hang out here and admire my handiwork. That is it. That is a physical building that we've actually made. These are our barracks right here. So it's really, really neat. So not only do they look, you know, they actually increase the look, but they do actually increase the functionality with all the stuff I was talking about before. And now we need to go over and speak with this guy. And I think he's going to send us on some more quests in order to upgrade our garrisons even more, if I remember rightly. How's the construction of the barracks coming along? Very well, thank you very much. Garrison zone ability unlocked. You can drag this to your action bar. Okay, so let's drag it to the action bar. There we go. Call to arms, and that's what this is all about. So just going to read this one out because it explains what it's about. If we are to win this war, we're going to need more than foot soldiers. We need champions. Kiana Moonshadow's performance in Tanaan and Eventide Landing was quite impressive. Perhaps you should speak with her about taking on a greater role in the battle against the Iron Horde. So we need to speak with her, and you can see that this is going to cast a spell called Follower. A fierce protector of nature. She's a druid who's mastered her feral side. So here we've got the quest, speak with Kiana, and that's what we're going to do. But we've got this thing down here called Call to Arms now. Calls upon the force of your garrison to assault an area. Ranged forces will bombard the area for 15 seconds. So it's, like I say, it is quite literally an offensive ability. And if we see up here by your mini-map, because we're in the garrison, we've got this thing called Garrison Report. We click on that to show the report of the available missions in the garrison and what is in progress in terms of what we're building. And of course right now I've got nothing, but if we quickly go and check out this follower, and this is going to unlock her, I think. How far away is she? And there's my garrison, by the way, you can see it right there. Where is she? Kiana. Okay, so she's down to the south, so let's mount up and quickly go over chat with her. Oh, look at this, I've got the Sky Reaver. This is the most awesome mount ever. Except I can't fly in Warlords of Draenor, but this is the flying transformer, basically. That's what this is. And if I stand still, you can see it attempts to start flying. And it is so cool. I love this. It is definitely a transformer nod, if you like. But what I want to do is go and head down. We'll head down this path. So this is really cool if you go back to, like if we were to teleport back to Stormwind, we could actually fly around in this thing. It is really, really neat. It's one of my most sought out mounts in the game. Alright, so it looks like she's over this way, and you can start to see now what the landscape in World of Warcraft begins to look like. It's really starting to open out here. We're getting away from the forest. I'm just going to travel over here a little bit further so you guys can see what it looks like. Listen to the epic music as well. This is real WoW stuff. I mean, I love the environments in WoW. I'm sure you guys do as well. Look at that over there. We've got this sort of Stonehenge structure. Way it goes off into the distance. And like I said last time, the draw distance has been improved now in World of Warcraft as well. So you can see a lot longer as long as your computer's up to it. And oh my god, I'm getting aggro all over the place here. But I want to find this woman, wherever she is. Speak with Kiana. Where is she? She must be around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Get off our mount. Here she is. Oh, and there's baddies around here. Now, look, I'm out of shadow form again. I don't know what keeps kicking me out of shadow form. Anyway. I need to put my shield up because I am a bit squishy. Need a bit of a heal as well. But look, this is another thing about Warlords of Draenor, and I keep talking about it all the time, but it's basically gone back to the old school of Warcraft as a universe. So in other words, all the orcs, you know, that's what this is all about. But not only that, but it's gone back old school in terms of difficulty. It is no longer a, you know, sort of push one button to win type of game. You really have to have your wits about you now, and that's what I like, and it's what a lot of people like about WildStar. That's what I like about this now as well. Commander, your timing is impeccable as always. Follow me. It's time we return to the garrison. Okay, well, I'm going to get on a random mount. Primordial Direhorn, why not? There she is. Let's follow her.
What brings you here?
What brings me here? Well, a quest brought me here. That's what brought me here. And this one too, by the way, if we hit spacebar, this is the one that thumps on the ground. It is really, really cool. I like that. So running after her, who's that? Luca. I don't know who Luca is. So Minnie, I don't know if you're still in the chat room. I can't see the chat room right this second. But what do you think so far of these improvements to WoW? Is it something that interests you?
She actually, she's in another channel right now.
What about you, Merrick? Is this something that would, you know, make you? I mean, you're not. Are you subscribed at the moment still? Have you got it going, or have you let that lapse recently?
No, I'm still subscribed to it.
Right, so is this something that, you know, as a former WoW player, are these improvements something that is exciting to you, or, you know, what do you think about it?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it a little bit more still, I think.
Right, and
I mean, I got an invite for the beta. I just haven't downloaded it yet and installed it.
Right, okay. Look, I mean, it's time at the end of the day is what we're talking about, but there are definitely so many new things to explore here in the Warlords of Draenor that, you know, if anyone's on the fence about it, if you are a WoW fan, there's no doubt in my mind that it's just absolutely amazing. As I can see there, by the way, Kappa187 is working on making their Sky Golem mount right now, and going to be a good month till it's done. Well done. Good on you, and I hope you do get that, because it is a lot of hard work to get that mount. There's no doubt about it. Alright, now where's my Handon? Somewhere around here. Is she in here? Here we go. She's popped into this here. We've got a mission specialist there. Look at this. This is the command table. Hopefully they're going to teach us about this. There we go. Following spell will be cast on you, follower. Yes, complete that quest. Thank you very much. There we go. So we've got a follower. You have my utmost respect, and I will follow you into the dark any time. So followers are, like I say, part of our garrisons. And if we talk to this mission specialist here, there's more work to be done than we can think. A group of night elves need a champion at Starfall Outpost, and our new follower is a perfect fit for this mission. Use the command table to send Kiana Moonshadow on a mission.
Keep your
now,
enemies in your
this will be the final thing that I wanted to show you guys before we end the stream. But Merrick, you played, I think, Star Wars The Old Republic, didn't you? Pretty sure you did.
Yes, I have.
Right, and if I go to the chat room, is Tiger there? Tigerhawk Rosebud, I know that you played Star Wars The Old Republic as well. Do either of you guys remember anything similar about this? So, you know, the command table here, again, I'll read it out again, says, this is perfect fit. This is a follower, and do you guys remember having followers in Star Wars The Old Republic and being able to send them as NPCs, send them on missions out in the world to go and do stuff, and inevitably what they'd be doing is going and collecting crafting resources. Do either of you remember that?
Yep,
I remember that, yeah.
Okay, that's what this is. So if we right click on the table here, and you can see we've got ourselves some little tutorials. So your followers are listed here down the side. A green arrow indicates this follower is good for the mission you're highlighting. And then over here, we can click on a mission to view it. So if we get rid of this, we can see here available 1, and we've got a mission. So killing the corrupted, 30 minutes. And this is very much like the missions in Star Wars The Old Republic, because they're timed. They take a set amount of time. You can't just do them immediately. But you can see here that the follower prestige level, if you do this, it will increase the quality of a follower by a couple of times if we do this. So here we go. If we click on this, it brings up this menu here, and you can see again, if we hover over these, drag your follower to the mission to add them to the party. So you're literally creating a party to go on this mission. And this one says icons will show up if a follower can counter a threat in the mission. And this one does have an icon. We'll talk about that in a minute. But drag your follower here to add them to your party, and then here enemies are displayed with their threat mechanic icon. Try to counter as many threats as possible for a better chance of loot. So it's rock, paper, scissors is what we're talking about here. So these here, this is a big list down the side of all the potential followers that I have, and you can see they're all leveled differently and they all have different skills. Down the bottom here we've got this thing called chance bonus rewards. The more threats you counter, the better the chance you'll have at opening a bonus chest when the mission completes. This is very much borrowed from Star Wars: The Old Republic. There is no doubt about it. Up the top here we've got our rewards rather. It's a 30-minute thing and we'll get 100 XP, and it actually gives us a description. So Cursed Woods Forest, travel time 15 minutes, mission is 15 minutes. Corrupted beasts continue to plague the Cursed Woods. The Starfall Sentinels request our aid in putting the poor creatures out of their misery. So this is a whole new thing, and it's all part of your garrison, and this in itself can consume hours and hours and hours of your time. So what we can do is we can drag the follower. So here's Kiana. So if we click on her, we can hover over this and it says wild aggression. Counter this threat to increase the chance to obtain bonus treasures. And that counter is provided by Growl. And you can see here as we click on her, underneath it has her properties. One of them is Growl, which counters wild aggression. And the other is Naturalist, which increases the successful chance when fighting in a forest. So they're all these rock, paper, scissors passive buffs. Now the enemy for this mission, called Killing the Corrupted, is a Cursed Wolf, and you can see here that its mechanic is wild aggression. So we've got Kiana, and it's perfectly set up, of course, because it's basically a tutorial. She has wild aggression as a counter, so we literally drag her down here, and you can see, look at that, we've actually got a little picture of her, and she's being strangled because I'm hovering her around. It's like the little Google Maps guy. It's kind of cute. We drag and drop her there. There she is. She actually appears there. So we are assigning her to this mission. Now it could depend on another mission. We may want something else. We may want Abatha. We may want this person. All these different types of NPC followers that have different abilities and different levels. So that's part of the strategy. Once we're sure that the Cursed Wolf has got a counter, and you can see it's got a tick in it there as well, which means the NPC we've assigned to this mission is right, we can literally click on Start Mission. There we go. And it's off. She's done. Check back later. In progress, and it says you can click here to check your mission progress. So that's this little sword icon here on your mini map, and you can see in progress, Killing the Corrupted, and it's got 29 minutes to go. Now if we right click on her to hand in here, this is a good start, but we'll need more champions to deal with the trials that lay ahead.
We must face our
There we go.
fear.
So achievement progress, we've established a foothold as we walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death, and of course that is, and look at it, she's off. That is her. She is literally running away to perform that mission. So it's not just a text thing. She's literally running out in the world. You can see her running away, and she's going to go and do that mission that we have assigned her on from our brand new spanky garrison. And of course we're now going to get into this part where we're going to get a whole bunch more tutorial missions. Here we are. Show us around Shadowmoon Valley, and we've got to go to a village. So we've got to speak to someone at a village in Shadowmoon Valley. If we look on the map, there we go, that's going to take us down here, if I make that bigger, to Embar Village. So that's literally a cookie crumb quest that's going to take us further into the zone. And then we've got another quest over here. Let's have a see what he's got to say. Speak with Zip Fistful in your garrison and meet with labour. So this is about more recruits arriving at our garrison all the time. We'll soon run out of food. I've made contact with someone in hopes of securing rations, and the bread basket of this valley is a place called Elador. He's agreed, provided we supply labour for the harvest, everyone wins. So speak with Foreman Zip Fistful here in the courtyard. He's gathered together available labourers, will escort them and meet you at Elador far to the east. So this is really cool. This is also going to give us garrison resources, but this is literally about getting laborers like in Warcraft 3. So look, we'll leave it there, but I hope you guys are getting the picture. I can't zoom out enough so you can actually see the garrison, but it is a real thing, and it's brought that whole resource gathering and building and mission-based structure to the game, which personally I really like. And you can personalize these, again, by going over to the architects table here, any architect table, like this one, and deciding what and where to drop. I mean, you have total control over this. So I might, again, drop the alchemy lab, I might drop an engineering works, a gem boutique, a salvage yard, depending on what it is that I want to be doing and what my professions are, and of course leveling them all up. So there's a ton of work there, and it is tons and tons of fun. And at the end of the day, of course, you can go and attack enemy ones, so it's really neat. So I think that's it, folks. Now let's go to the chat room very quickly in the Mumbles and see if anyone's got any further questions. Who's there? Zenwing, I haven't asked you. What do you reckon about all of this?
Yes.
What do you make of all of this so far? Is this something that would attract you back to World of Warcraft once the beta, well, once the expansion comes out in November, or is it not really up your alley? What do you think about it all?
Well, I mean, it's not a bad game. I mean, my biggest problem with the game, that's my turnoff, is, you know, you have to pay for it.
Right,
but
so
I'm paying for 14, so...
Well, it's, again, we've talked about that, though. I mean, everyone has finite resources, so, you know, that's understandable. But, I mean, if money wasn't an object, what do you think about the mechanics in the game? What do you think about these garrisons and the things that they're adding into the game? Is it something that's of interest to you, if you could afford it, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I like the game. I mean, you know, it's got that cartoony style to it. I like it.
Yep.
For one thing, I would have to update my computer, because the last time I tried it, just to get to level 20, every 5 minutes it would give me an error and throw me out of game.
Right.
It just would not run.
Well, actually, that's the funny thing too. WoW used to run on any old machine. Nowadays, you need to have a little bit of a grunty machine, because, like I say, the draw distance has been increased, all the textures have been up, the resolution of the actual models themselves in terms of polygon counts have all been increased, so no longer will it run on the smell of an oily rag. You do need to have a little bit more of a beefy machine. So good point there, Zen, by the way, and always nice to hear your opinion. Tigerhawk Rosebud, I mean, I know you're a fan of World of Warcraft anyway. Are you excited for these you know, expansion changes, and will you be purchasing the expansion when it comes out, do you think?
I already purchased the expansion. I pre-ordered it, so now I just have to wait.
You're
I have
locked
no
in?
invite yet to the beta, so now I'm just waiting.
Okay, good. Well, I honestly think you're going to love it.
Hopefully the months will fly by.
Yeah. Well, you're going to love this Garrison stuff, because it's a really unique personal touch to the game as well. The way you set it out and the different sort of tasks you can do, it's really cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to running around with you in the real game when it launches later this year. Tyloo Dentis, are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there, Tyloo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, hey. So what about you? Are you a WoW player, or are you one of the folk that don't like the cartoony graphics? What's your stance on all of this?
It's not that I'm not a WoW player, it's my computer is kind of fail, and I'm already paying for 14, so...
Yep. So therefore, not something that you're going to be into right away. But if the computer was okay and money wasn't an issue, what do you think of the direction that WoW's taking, though, with this garrison type stuff? Do you think it's a step in the right path, or would you prefer they stuck to the way they've always done it, which is absolutely no type of customizable housing at all?
I kind of like the way they're going. If I had a better computer and more money, I would probably play it.
Alright, that's good. That's good enough for me. Sleek Aussie sounds like they're muted and deaf in there, so they're not going to answer us. Merrick, is it something that, you know, now you've seen this in action, does it, you know, get you excited in any way, shape or form, or are you going to be focusing more on ArcheAge in the future, do you think?
Yeah, again, we'll have to see. I mean, we already know that I have multiple subscriptions for multiple games going, so...
That's right. You do. You're probably one of the worst, or is it the best? I'm not sure. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, as we know as well, I mean, things can change, right? What we are into at one particular point, you know, we may go off. And it's the same when I play console games. You know, I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs recently, really loving that. I'm sure there'll be a time in a couple of weeks' time where I'm sick of it and I want to play something else. It's not like you have to be loyal to one particular game, is it? So, be interesting to see if you do dip into it, though, when it comes out. Euramon, what are your thoughts about all this?
I find it really interesting. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is. They're really trying to sort of add some more strings to the bow. Floridan is saying I'm playing WoW now. Good to hear. I like that. And by the way, let's see, what is this mount called? I can't remember. It is a armored sky scream. It's possibly one of my most favorite mounts in the game right now, because it just looks like a pterodactyl. I love that. That is really cool. Amadeus Lightheart, is it? You know, what do you think now that you've seen it all in action? Are they going down the right path, right direction, or are they drifting off the core of what WoW is? What do you think?
I think they're heading down the right path. It's looking good, and a few tougher missions in there, so... Yeah, they're definitely heading down the right path.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. And, you know, again, for a game that is 10 years old, I think they're doing a great job of keeping it interesting for the current players. And, of course, players that have got tired of it, it may be a great reason for them to come back. But speaking of come back, I hope you guys do at some point in the future, because that's it for today's live stream coverage of the Warlords of Draenor here in the World of Warcraft beta now. We're out of alpha, so this is definitely the beta. So I'm having a lot of fun. Like we talked about before, and like was linked earlier, do highly recommend that if you do have a Battle.net account that you flag yourself for opting into this beta, and especially with the Heroes of the Storm beta, because that is one hell of a great game. It really, really is. Even if you're mildly into League of Legends, this is just the World of Warcraft, or the Blizzard spin on it, if you like, and it's a lot easier to play in my opinion, and personally a lot more fun. So I do highly recommend you opt into that alpha, because they're sending out a lot of invites at the moment, and that'll be released later in the year as well. Great game. Think of just how much high quality Hearthstone was. Basically they've taken that same quality formula and added that to League of Legends, and it's kind of like a Blizzard version of that. It's really, really neat. So go look up some videos of some Let's Players checking that out, because it's highly addictive and lots of fun. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone who joined me in today's stream, especially you guys in the Twitch channel there. I saw you chatting away. Dr. Sun, Kappa187, got Floridan, all of you folks who are in there. I do appreciate you coming along and viewing. This will go up on YouTube later, so you can always go back and check out anything you missed earlier in the stream. I'd also like to thank the folk in the Mumble chat room. We've got Amadeus, we've got Euramon, Merrick, we've got Sleek Aussie, Tyloo, Tigerhawk, Zenwing, and of course Minnie was here earlier. Thank you too, Minnie. I do appreciate that. And don't forget to go and check out Minnie's channel, Twitch/ShePlaysIt, or YouTube/ShePlaysIt, because of course they're doing their Japanese learning, their interactive learning sessions over there with Catella and a bunch of Distant World folk, and that's a lot of fun. And by the way, one more message. Speaking of Distant World, a lot of people have been asking, hey, what are you going to be doing in the Destiny beta? You guys know I'm a huge fan of Destiny. On the PlayStation 4, I'll be there, and we'll be forming a Distant World group, and we'll definitely be filming some Distant World shenanigans as we do some group content there. So if you've got a PlayStation 4 and you're in the Destiny beta because you've pre-ordered the game, I'll be setting up a page on Distant World there in the forums, so you can register your interest, and you can come along and join me on our live and recorded shows there while we move through the new beta content. I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, that's it from me. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and our little night elf here, it's us saying take care. I hope you guys are having a great week wherever you are in the world. We do look forward to seeing you again. Happy Independence Day for those of you who are from America. Take care. We'll see you soon, and bye-bye.
Bye.